music, beats by Richie Money Changers.
Is it?
Well,
Man, I haven't made one in a while.
That's all right.
I'm working on my magnum opus right now. I'm trying to put together a Migos beat song, and it's really hard because it's not 4/4 time.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm still, the Tron one is still my favorite. I don't know.
Thanks, man.
The Tron one's pretty dope.
I appreciate that, man. I made that for this broad named Dr. Megan, who I'm married to. That's who I made that for.
Broadway.
Yeah. Yes,
sweet,
Dr. Megan.
So you put a ring on it.
5 years before I met her, I made that song for her.
Nice. Well,
Yeah,
Megan,
only for you, baby.
Megan.
That's
well,
all for love.
That's for her and us now, right? You get a little bit of that.
I forget that life just changes drastically after you get married.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to retcon your entire past.
It's all for the better, though, right?
Yeah.
It's all for the better. Well, welcome everybody again to Saloon Door, episode 11 of the Fist Strike Podcast. Unfortunately, we are not going to have Professor Brandon with us tonight.
Oh, man.
He's got some finals going. We all wish him luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Professor Brandon. We know you got this. Black belt at school, too.
Yep.
So,
Break a leg.
Well, no,
that's jiu-jitsu.
and acting. So, but
And lawyers say that's one another. Trial lawyers do.
Well, yeah, but you guys are.
It's acting.
You guys are very combative.
No, it's acting.
Oh. so
Yeah,
you're
trial law, it's all acting.
Man,
Yeah.
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So there's
Theater kids either go to law school or they go to LA or New York.
Man, most theater kids I know usually fucking just hang out at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like, continue
Working on their screenplay or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been in development for.
Yeah.
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 So
And production.
that's right.
My friend Andy, he's a trial lawyer. He's a partner in a law firm, and his wife owns a theater, and they're both in the acting biz. It's the weirdest thing, man. Anyway, we got kind of this went way. Yeah. Hey.
That was a kind of funny introduction.
Whoop.
But good luck, Professor Brandon. Break a leg. I think is what we're trying to get at.
Yeah.
Good luck with your finals.
He'll hook your professor.
There you go. Shout out to the sponsors as always. JustKeepPants.com. You want to say it for Professor?
6 months guarantee.
Free,
Always free shipping.
Free 6 months shipping, and every stitch shipped for free. It's always free shipping, 6-month guarantee, top quality replacement gi pants.
Yeah.
And,
hey, I just ribbed some. I ribbed some gi pants.
Did you?
Yeah. Any idea where I could get some new ones?
JustKeepPants.com.
Hey.
If you haven't checked them out, they do not have any kind of like patchwork or weird tribal shit on them.
Cool.
They have a very small JustKeepPants.com logo high by the waist, so you can patch them up with whatever patch you want if you have a different affiliation.
That's right. So
Cool.
If you need some top
quality
replacement gi pants, yeah. Oh, and they actually sell replacement drawstrings too.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
Yeah, they're good. They're the fat ones.
I like the fat ones.
I know a lot of gi pants come with the skinny flat ones. I
had an OG pair of Just Gi Pants tear, like when you very first started the company.
Yeah.
It tore, and I took that string out of there and used it on another pair.
Hey,
absolutely.
nice.
I'll be honest with you. When I bought my last school gi, I swapped.
It's a
why
better
not,
string.
right?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's a better string.
These were my first gi pants that I ever got. It's from my first gi that I ever got, and I ripped them and I was devastated. But now I have an opportunity to do business with the best gi replacement pant company that I'm aware of.
Hell, probably the only in the business. Like when you're that good, nobody wants to follow suit.
No.
Nobody want to fuck with
Cornered the market.
JGP.ca ain't nothing to fuck with, right?
Mm.
It's like Wu-Tang. It's the Wu-Tang of gi pants. The Wu-Tang of gi pants. All right. Another big shout out to iRullDesigns. Always helping us out when we need graphic design, work, and photography. You
amazing.
on the IG.
Yeah.
And
incredible.
Social media. Yeah, check her out.
Yeah.
A
real, just a real eye for like a aesthetically a beautiful photograph.
Absolutely.
And by the way, she's all over the Houston, Texas area. She's taking pictures of all combat sports events, right?
Yeah. So, she's remarkable. Like you look at some of the shots from some of the Third Coast grappling events. There's one of Professor Berto like reffing, but he's also kind of like looking down, and he almost has this like Drac look on his face, and he's like got this kind of
That's probably the best compliment that anybody has ever given.
It's such a cool photo, and I'm like, I'm gonna save this on my phone, and then occasionally like send it to somebody.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we don't want to know what you want to do on the occasions.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, we'll beat it out of you later. It's fine. So we got a Professor Dragface Berto over here.
Yeah,
that is a good compliment.
It was a tough face, man. You look tough.
Yeah, now y'all talking about me. Let me borrow the mic real quick. I do have a Muay Thai fight coming up May 18th.
Oh, yeah.
I have tickets. It's going to be at Greenspoint Mall at, I think it's called CDM Boxing Arena. So if you want tickets,
cool.
$35. Come watch me kick somebody in the face.
Yeah, you guys should check it out.
What day? May 18th? May 18th? Yeah, that's terrific. Yeah. Hey, that's, I'm around. Yeah. Can I get some tickets? I'll get with you after the show. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Cool.
You can always send us a message, and if you're not local to us and you do want tickets, you can always send us a message here through Third Strike Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll get you in touch.
We'll make it happen.
And we don't want you to feel left out.
We
right?
will.
Everybody.
We will make it happen.
No problem. So more sponsors. Twin Peaks, as always. Cold brews, hot food.
It's the coldest beer you've ever had in your whole life.
Absolutely.
It's so refreshing and delicious.
It's
unbelievably
I've never
good.
had anything bad from Twin Peaks.
Yeah. No. I mean, the pot roast is amazing, right? French fries are top quality. They're like very crispy on the outside. Oh yeah, yeah. The nachos are amazing.
And
and
the funny thing is, if you haven't seen a mountain recently, you haven't traveled outside the state, order the pulled pork nachos because they're a fucking mountain.
Yeah, it's huge, man. It's huge. They have the fights a lot. You can go watch the UFC events, right? They're always showing sports. Great service, scenic views, like they say. One of my favorite places to go on planet Earth. I love it. We did a lot of our initial business planning at the one right around the corner from here when we were first starting to get open.
It's a good meeting spot.
We talked to the guy who ran the place and asked him questions about beer. He's very forthcoming, very friendly. They're not a craft beer place, but they honestly they acted like they were one and they treated us like they were one. They're great people, and I can't say enough good things about Twin Peaks. Just just everything that they do is really cool.
It really is. You guys definitely check them out if you get a chance. Also, as always, Saloon Door.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, thanks to everybody for coming out to our party this weekend. It was a lot of fun. We know that there's a lot of stuff to do on the weekends. The weather's starting to be nice again, but it's not too hot. It's not the surface of the sun.
Some competing anniversaries. On
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always have got a lot of things going on. Kima Craft Beer Festival, and then our good friends over at Beers Looking at You. Their anniversary is the same as ours, and so they were doing their big stuff. Really great guys over there, and a lot of people made it to both. But we had a great turnout. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that came out and supported us or shared our social media or spread the good word. It's because of you guys that we're able to stay open and pursue this crazy American dream of making the best craft beer that the world has ever had at a price point that everybody can afford. I appreciate that. And, thanks to the Third Coast podcast, our Third Coast Grappling guys and the Fifth Stripe podcast guys, for showing up and showing out. It's really, really cool. Thanks, of course, to the school, to Professor Dracolino, and to all of his people. They always support us, and they always they come out, they drink, they have a nice time. They're great conversation. They're always very friendly to the guests. People are fascinated by having a bunch of crazy wild fighters around. They want to talk to them. Sometimes we get some people to go over to the school and try out the intro lesson that they meet here. So it's great.
It's a win-win, right?
Yeah, it's. I don't have anything to announce. We've got some beers in the cans you should try, and we've always got some new stuff coming out. Definitely, while it lasts, you're going to want to try the Maple Vanilla Coffee Russian. It is out of this world. We're going to call it Woke AF because it's got coffee in it.
That looked really good.
And so I've taken up enough of your time talking about this bullshit. But thanks everybody for listening.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but all of us here are very fond of your beer.
Hey,
it's good stuff.
Oh, I appreciate that.
It's good stuff. I saw the pictures from your 3-year anniversary party.
Oh, it was rad.
It was good. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it.
That's all right.
For work, but man, it made me jealous while I was out there.
Thanks, man.
Another shout out to Third Coast Grappling.
Yeah, great guys.
Great promotions. Huge fight coming up. June
oh my
1st,
God! Huge.
If you have not been following their page,
it's the greatest card in the history of grappling.
This is amazing. We're getting responses from high level guys all over the world, top promoters. It's been a good year.
Who's the beer vendor?
Who's the beer vendor? Well, funny you should mention that, Zach. Contracts and paperwork has been signed, and now Saloon Door is going to be the official beer sponsor.
We're pretty thrilled about that.
Only beer served at Warehouse Live for the Third Coast.
So if you come to the Third Coast and you decide that you would like to enjoy some adult libations, good chance it's going to be one of mine, unless you drink liquor, in which case there's lots of options. But
if you drink liquor that night, you know what?
Shout out to all the liquor companies. There's still a sponsorship spot available for the absolute best card in the history of grappling.
So you guys,
I'm not kidding.
There's a lot of great cards. You got Kasai, you got Fight to Win.
Yeah. No disrespect. These guys are amazing.
They do great cards every week or every month, right? But something that Third Coast has been able to do is, coming out of nowhere, right? They're coming and they're throwing out. We did the Third Coast one, the first one. Then we did the qualifiers, and then we got this card. This card so far is the best card of the year.
Yeah.
Everyone, all eyes are on this card. So we got Homulo, we got Wagner Rocha.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people. We can't even. You can't.
Whoa. Not sure if you guys caught that.
Yeah, let's readjust that. Oh, we had some kind of.
What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it a glitch in the Matrix?
Right now.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, it was better. Whoa. Sorry, guys.
Hello.
It got a little too good.
There we go.
I blamed the Decepticons, but I think we got it fixed.
Okay. The pizza was a little too good for our producer. He got a little distracted.
Hello.
Oh, greasy finger over there slipping, hitting wrong buttons and stuff.
Finger's a little greasy.
But actually,
I'm off now.
Oh yeah, we don't. I don't think we have Austin. Did we lose Austin?
Did we lose Austin? Can
Oh,
you hear
you're
me?
there. You're very.
I'm there?
You're very
Okay.
low.
Not very low. I don't think it's coming
You're
through.
very low.
That's all right.
Not like Barry White low. Like I can't hear you low. But speaking of no grease fingers over here, we'd like to give a shout out to our unofficial, hopefully sponsor one day, because Monday night is pizza and beer night, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta get over there.
Oh,
talk
yeah,
crap
yeah.
night
I
for
gotta
us.
get over there.
Yeah, Dan's
So,
Pizza.
Dan's Pizza, man. We're eating a carnivore tonight, and it looks meaty as fuck.
Dan
It's
makes some amazing pie.
Yeah,
Really, really good.
we should do an as fuck night so we can have some tasty as fuck and some meaty as fuck.
Dan has been our exclusive pizza provider here at Saloon Door since day one.
That's
he's
good.
so rad. Yeah, I love that guy.
That is not a bad pizza company to have around.
No, God, no, it's
Jesus.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's top notch
Yeah,
for
it's
sure,
amazing.
and has a good selection of craft beer. If you happen to stop by,
He
his
sure
spot.
does. He sure
He's
does.
got some good IPAs on. Normally, every time I drop by, there's at least a couple doubles.
Absolutely.
I'm a double guy,
Yep.
which you guys will see when I bring the beers.
Oh man, we'll get
Right
to
on.
the beers with Berto. Actually, I see you two are out right there. You got empty glasses. Alan's about halfway through, so
Yeah.
Alan's about a quarter way left.
Okay.
I can take a sip. How are you doing? Yeah, let's do some talking and then we'll get into some.
Yeah, that sounds
whatever
good.
you want,
That
man.
sounds good.
I'm still chewing on
Yeah.
the pizza.
Hey, so just real quick, back to the Third Coast stuff. So we were up at the warehouse checking the place out, right? And
How was that?
I mean, unbelievable, right? I've been in there for a lot of shows, but I haven't been in there lights on, in the planning phase, walking. I mean, I got to go up on the stage of the
You see
damn
the blank
thing.
stage, you
Yeah,
see the
unbelievable,
setup.
unbelievable. So what I wanted to mention, you guys, because this is a super cool, brand new thing I've never heard of before, is that there's going to be tables. I think this is confirmed, but there's going to be tables on the stage.
That is
Right,
correct.
we have-
like right next to the map.
Yeah,
No,
next to the mat.
on the
Yeah,
stage.
Yeah, so the stage is so big, right, and it's so deep that we're gonna be able to have a bigger mat with
And tables?
and like
tables.
8 tables up
Oh,
there.
We're gonna,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
what I understand, we're having our commentary team
Yeah.
on stage as well.
I got a
Yeah.
question. Is the commentary team going to be looking towards the crowd?
No,
Zach?
no.
I'm pretty
Because-
sure the commentary
because-
team's gonna be looking towards
Yeah,
the camera there. Beautiful.
Of course. Well, what I'm saying is, aside from looking good on camera, right? What I'm saying is, the crowd can be a little bit distracting, right?
Yeah, no, you should watch the fight if you're coming.
Well, of course,
yeah.
too. We're all smart. We all know that, right? But one thing is, what I'm saying is, are we looking? Because are we facing the same way we did at Scout Bar, which is giving the back towards the crowd? Which
Here's what I think. Honestly, I feel like if they face you towards the crowd, Professor Allen, I think you should sit in your chair like this and just seductively look back
Oh,
over
yeah.
your shoulder
There you go.
the entire night.
that's going to happen.
that's good.
Anyway, so.
Yeah. No,
But it's-
so
it's settled.
the way they could set it up at this, just because of the way it's configured, is that you could actually be looking at the stage, but then the crowd is to your right.
On your side.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't,
Yeah. And you could actually,
yeah.
dude, you could be behind the stage or close to the corner of the stage where you're looking at the fight and then the crowd, right?
And that's-
it's a different setup.
You're gonna have
like
the-
a semicircle kind of.
No,
like
it's
a-
just huge, man. It's
Really?
just
Yeah,
giant,
it's
and
a
so
huge square
yeah,
stage.
yeah, and so you can put the mat in the middle of it, and you've got like 15 feet all around. It's huge, dude.
Those seats are gonna go.
And this is-
fucking
yeah.
fast.
So yeah, we're
This
gonna
is-
have
yeah.
some. Very
Well,
special
I'm
VIP
excited.
tables.
I'm excited to call these matches because you have some historical matches, right? Wagner Rocha,
Yeah.
Homulo.
Oh, yeah.
Who else do we got, Oliver?
Man, I'd have to go through.
Man, we
the
got
list right now.
we got the Tackett. We have William Tackett from. We have Cody Steele. We have Marvin Castell, We got who else do we got? We got Gilbert Burns. There's so many people we can name, right? And it's not about name dropping. It's the biggest card of the year, and we're not just putting a little show. It's going to be big show, big lights, big music, loud music. All this is going to be. And you know what I'm excited about, Zach? I'm excited about the ramp and the walkout. Something I like about shows is when you have a good walkout, right? Because
it's entertainment. I've never been a professional wrestling fan. I know I'm an 80s kid, and I probably should be. I still do my Ric Flair.
Hold on, is there a walk-off for the commentary team? Like, goddamn.
There's a walk-off.
A walk out or a walk-off?
There's a walk-off.
It doesn't matter.
But that's
Either way, it's a walk-out.
I'm going to be honest with you. Based on the number of drinks that you guys have, I feel like there's going to be someone walking someone off.
maybe.
The fall-off.
Yeah,
The fall-off.
You're going to get a car for the Uber home, and then you're going to get a person for the Uber walk to the Uber car. That'll be good.
That could be a thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But no, it's definitely going to be a good card. We got some local Houston talent. That's one thing about Third Coast Grappling. They, not only do they put on high-level competition, great cards with high-level competitors, they also promote the local scene. And, as Texas grapplers, we all train here. You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, you know what I like about the Third Coast Grappling is that there's finishes, There's finishes. There's a defined rule set, and if at the end of the match nobody gets a submission, there's rules set in place. It's not just another match draw, match draw,
no,
another
absolutely.
match draw.
That gets so boring.
It gets boring, because a lot of the times in these matches, there's not a submission, but you can clearly see one athlete was dominant over the other.
Absolutely.
And if there's not a defined rule set, then they're just draw and. The audience, it's bad for the audience. They get a weird feel.
Not only that, it's I don't want to say it's bad for the fighters, but fighters have good incentive to finish and complete the match. Not only for the entertainment of the crowd and the promotion and everything, but a good promotion is going to pay you your fighters bonuses for your submissions,
or just pay your fighters.
Yeah, well. The good thing about Third Coast Grappling is the fighters get paid, and there's always the option for finish bonuses.
Quick thing. What rule from Third Coast is your favorite? Like for me, my thing is overtime and the coin toss, right? I love it. Like, hey, if I'm in a match against someone who's pulling guard and, I'm going to put them, and I'm well-rounded, I'm going to make them go uncomfortable, right? I'm going to choose a position where I know that I have a lot of experience or I can dominate, right?
Well, I think that would be a general strategy, but what
I like the skunk.
But what I'm saying is that's not a normal rule.
I really like the getting to 11.
Uh-huh.
Getting to 11. If the skunk bonus is implemented, I'd love it.
Well,
but
even
just,
the 11
just
points is
getting
good.
to 11,
Yes.
Because even if it's close, you have to risk yourself because now, hey, this guy has 8 points on me, 9
Absolutely.
points on me, I better start risking something. So
Right.
it's another little incentive in there, and I enjoy the rule set a lot.
No, I agree with that too, because you see, even in and this is no knock against IBJJF tournaments. Obviously, it's a different type of competition, but even in IBJJF tournaments, you have there's practitioners that like to be patient, for lack of a better term, be patient until they get to that one position that they really want to start making their attack at. And the thing is, this doesn't allow that.
You can't pull 50-50 and wait the whole match
You
to
can't.
advantage at the end and win.
And that's when the yellow cards come into play.
I think the
which
yellow
is a
card's
good-
my favorite now that I think about
good
it.
addition to that.
As a ref, when he was like, there's a yellow card, the first thing I asked the promoter, Mr. Ryan Dwyer, is I was like, how do you want me to be aggressive or a little lax with the yellow card? And he was like, no, push the action for sure.
Absolutely. Be a soccer ref, man.
Yeah.
Make that happen. No, that's good.
I'll start dishing out red cards.
Hey, little shout out. We just had an addition to the group tonight. Coach Ricky here on board. I've got
Ricky Roach?
I've got a couple things I'd like to say.
Go
Coach
for it.
Ricky. All right.
Oh, shit.
First one. I'm looking forward to Mustache Ricky's. What is the official? What is it? Mustache Ricky's Flying Pizza. Excellent. Mustache Ricky's Flying Pizza. With that.
Flying pizza pie.
Oh, Flying Pizza Pie. Mustache Ricky's Flying Pizza.
Is it like hibachi? Is he like doing this shit in front of you?
I mean, he will for tips.
hit me with a pepperoni.
Our producer Zach just made the interesting comparison that Coach Ricky's current mustache looks like the one that's attached to the nose and the glasses whenever you buy it at a novelty store. So and the fact that he has Ray-Bans he might be the model for that novelty now.
He actually-
Look at that.
I think I
Shit.
feel like Ricky is disguising himself as Coach Ricky
He's
to blend
disguising
in.
himself
We're like,
as
is that
Coach
Coach Ricky? Nah,
I think
that
he
looks
just
like
needs
Coach
to
Ricky.
drive a 1990 Astro van and drive around with disguising himself like an ice cream truck or van and drive around neighborhoods.
maybe a grape fan.
There you go.
We're sitting here talking
With
and
dark
rapping on you.
tints.
I don't know about
Sells-
them,
sells
but,
grapes.
but deep down, I'm just kind of messing with you
Shit.
because I'm jealous that I can't grow a fucking lip caterpillar as sexy as that. But I did like it the way it was previous.
The Hulk Hogan?
Oh, the Hulk Hogan, man. Like I told you when I first saw it, when I asked you how long are you going to keep that? And if the answer is anything other than for the rest of my life, you need to reevaluate your life. And here you are, I'm assuming, having reevaluated your life.
It looks like
Yeah.
Montez from Workaholics.
There you go.
So, Professor Brandon was a little upset at me because I did
Jocked
cut the,
his style.
No, because I cut the Hulk Hogan off.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
But I think this looks a little bit more like, I don't know, regular.
Yeah, you look like Charles Bronson with fucking. You need a fucking Magnum and a fucking drive a 1980 fucking. What is it? Not Impala. What's that other one? That weird one that.
Dude, get
that
a-
has that. That has like it's not a convertible, but it has that shit.
Not gonna.
El Camino.
Oh man, the mullet.
He
of
understands.
Cars. The mullet of cars. That's amazing.
Basically, I went to LA to hang
Once
out with.
upon a time.
I went to hang out with one of my dirtbag friends from high school in LA, and he was like, "Hey man, did you ever do mushrooms?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "You should do mushrooms with me and all my frat brothers."
Yeah, you kind of knew where that was going, right? Have you
And I
done
was
them that
like,
well?
"Okay, yeah, sure." And he was like, "Just eat these." And I was like, "All right, no problem."
Oh, jeez.
So I ate them, and he was like, "Whoa, man, that was like 6 grams of mushrooms." And I was like, "How many are you supposed to do?" And he was like 1. Yeah, and I'm like, "Why did you let me eat 6 grams of mushroom?" He's like, "I don't know. I want to see what would happen." Because, like, he's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Right? Spoiler alert, right?
That makes
So-
me think of that Eminem song.
Yeah, so, like, shit got really bad. And so I ended up under a park bench in East Los Angeles because we're at USC, which is, like, not the nicest neighborhood.
No, it is not.
Yeah, and so, like, we're out there, and
This
I'm-
is astounding.
yeah,
by the way.
I'm under a
What-
park
what you're
bench.
about to say,
I'm
for
under,
me.
I'm under a park bench, and so so LAPD rolls up, and they're like, "Whoop whoop woo," hey, come over here. All right, shit. So I'm in a lot of trouble, obviously. So I walk over to LAPD, and they're like, "Hey man, like, are you supposed to be in this neighborhood?" And I'm like, "Hey man, look, I ate a shitload of mushrooms last night. I'm gonna level with you. I took a bunch of mushrooms with a bunch of people I don't know, and shit got weird, and I wandered off, and I'm lost, and I slept under this bench, and I just came down. And can you please help me to get back to my friends?" And they're like, "Yep, no problem, man. Get in the car."
That's like, isn't that the one that Lori McLaughlin's like? They did. Was it USC that they?
The college
Oh,
SAT
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The celebrities paying for the fucking
paying
kids.
them
Yeah.
Oh shit, I had no idea.
You
You know,
USC's a
some
good
of them
school,
pled
but,
guilty. Two of the parents pled guilty. That chick from Full House.
in. Yeah, Lori Loughlin.
She's
Actually, let's be cool about it. Hey,
House.
the chick from Rad, because that was an amazing movie.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're all pleading guilty, and that chick from Full House, she's like, "No, wasn't me."
I think that's a little
That's
bit
the
of
be-
like a
that's the-
Miami
Yeah.
accent
Yeah.
because it sounded like you said Full House.
That's why you're gonna stick to flying pizza pies.
Flying pizza pie.
Hey,
I want to hear the hypothetical ending to this hypothetical story
Man.
of USC.
Oh no, I mean that's
Oh, that
the,
was it?
that's the ending.
That
is
was good.
I quit hanging out with that guy. I haven't seen him in 12 years, and I won't take his phone calls.
Yeah,
he calls
but-
me every year on my birthday. I won't talk to him because he's a fucking dirtbag.
You get
That's
that
the end of
me-
that story.
You get that message. You're like, hey, you
Yeah.
should come out and visit sometime. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's cool. I talk to his brother sometimes. It sounds like he's doing good, so that's good. That's the whole story.
I mean, you
Don't
mean
do
well,
drugs.
right? Hopefully he's doing good
Yeah.
and he's in good health.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's like
calling you
he's
every-
flying drones or something, man. It's
There
good.
you go.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I mean,
Anyway, hey,
Flat
shout
out-
out. You know who you are, fuckface. Yeah. I hope you're doing well, buddy.
stop calling Austin on his birthday.
Yeah.
All right, he's taking
No,
that
no,
shit.
you can call me. Listen. I need to forgive. I'm real bad about this. I don't even remember what the guy did anymore. I just,
Yeah.
I hold grudges. But
Hypothetically, that story may have been what had happened.
yeah,
but, like,
none of that took place. Kids,
No.
don't mess with drugs. This stuff's bad for you.
And that concludes story time.
Drugs are bad.
Fairy tales by Austin Weber.
I have enough of them to make this a weekly thing. By the way,
We might have to talk. Side note, we'll come up something. Stories from Austin Weber. It'll be good. It's like Brothers Grimm.
Brothers Grimm.
That's right. So what's going on, dude? I was out of town. Like, it's weird whenever I travel. I feel like I lose like all days. You guys do anything fun this weekend? Anything? I'm assuming some of you guys. All right, hold up. We're not going to talk about Game of Thrones or Endgame. I don't want to. Look, we haven't received any hate mail yet, and I would hate for it to be based on fucking
did you guys
Avengers and
see
Game of Thrones.
the story of the kid? So
He got beat up, yeah?
Yeah, it was a kid that apparently came out of the movies, right? So he just finished watching Endgame, and then went, instead of exiting, he went back towards the auditorium,
Spoiled it.
which where you can buy, concessions and
Yeah.
all this, and just went out and spoiled it,
Yeah.
and got beat the fuck
Oh,
up,
sure. Yeah.
like immediately.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is the best social justice ever. That
That's
was
instant karma.
Dude, if
Yeah,
you play
because-
stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
because, like, look, you can argue that, like, yeah, the people getting violent over a movie, a fictional movie, but like, I'm not gonna try to play the side of like people have been watching this since 2008. No, he went out there to intentionally
Yeah.
like antagonize people. This is what happened. He forgot he wasn't on the internet.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right?
the thing
He,
they say,
he forgot he wasn't on the internet and then got his ass.
How
whooped.
old was he?
I don't know. He looked.
it doesn't
He
matter.
looked
They
kind
probably
of young. He looked maybe like, I don't know, 16
They
to
probably
19.
beat
I
some
mean,
years off of
there's
them.
still no reason to beat up someone,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's still no reason because
I disagree with
because
that,
at the end of the day,
I
at the end
disagree
of the
with
day, we all make mistakes, and everybody here can say, "Hey, I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have done this."
Yeah.
And one day, you know,
That
you
was
would
his lesson.
you will have a kid, and they'll make a mistake, and let's say they lose 4 front teeth. Let's just say that, right? It's
Yeah,
going to cost
okay.
you $3,000-4,000, which you may not
That's
have.
an interesting point.
Think about that. You got to think about it. Look, there goes Coach Riggy. Now he's back to making pizzas. So look, so what's going on? So you make a mistake.
Yeah.
You shouldn't pay the rest of your life for a
No,
mistake,
no, that's
right?
it.
It's
That's-
the same thing like cops taking you in for a
Look,
marijuana.
It's-
they
it's-
say
I didn't say he should be beaten to death
No,
and
no,
dragged
no,
to
no,
the
no.
street.
No,
They
but
say-
But he
violence-
deserves to get punched at
But-
the very least 5 times.
But at least if 3 people hit and 1 good hit, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, one punch to the face can knock you back, and you can hit your head, and you can die.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Then you got
But at the
manslaughter
same
charges.
time,
I'm pretty sure most
Mostly
most
that doesn't
most
happen.
Cinemarks are
Yeah.
carpeted, so
That's true.
like,
That's true.
it'd
Well,
be hard.
the jury
No,
might
no.
also be
Hey, but the
sympathetic if they're
corner
Avengers
of the
fans,
chairs
so-
are kind of sharp.
I'm kind of in the middle between y'all. On the one hand, like I'm not.
I mean, you kind of are.
I'm not.
Geometrically speaking,
I don't like. I'm not gonna come out and like, yeah, I would have hit the kid. But at the same time, like, people are
I
people,
would've pulled him
and
off.
I'm not surprised at all that he got hit.
I'll tell you what, if I
Yeah.
get like a rude someone at work, it's rude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I want to beat the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Would I do it?
Curve. You don't want to be the
Yeah.
asshole that fucks up the curve. So
That's a good
like,
point.
yeah, get the wrong answer,
Yeah.
enjoy it, and then everybody gets plus 12. You know, I mean, everybody walks out of there with a C.
aside from that, did anybody watch the Rockets game?
Man,
Oh.
God damn it!
I watched the Rockets game in Virginia, and they did like
Did they even showed it? Did anybody
yeah,
care?
they had it up there with the UFC prelims.
It was like on 30-minute delay.
No, it was good because like I was sitting there and like they kept changing the channel to like
Shit.
apparently ESPN is now showing like video game Overwatch championships, which I find to be a very awkward sport.
Sponsored by Twitch.
You're right? Yeah, no, it actually was like
Man,
Twitch.
it, took him,
So.
it took him how long to get fucking MMA on ESPN and then
Right.
fucking like quadcopters and video game
It's fucking
shit just
insane,
easy.
man,
First
yeah.
year, let's get
well,
it.
but it's marketing. But yeah, no, I got to watch it out in Virginia, and they kept changing the channel. So it was me and the guy I travel with. He's actually from Oklahoma, and I mean, I'm not really a big sports fan. I played a lot of sports growing up and stuff, but I don't really follow sports. Basically following sports is just a reminder that I wasn't fortunate enough to major in fucking recess.
I
and
like
PE.
I follow local. Like I like watching the Rockets. I like watching the Astros. And then aside from that, I like watching football when football's in season.
Yeah.
But I'm still not super. I still have never played. What is it called? Fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
Fantasy
yeah.
football. What is that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the?
It's like D&D for football.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
No, it really. I mean, it kind of is.
it kind of is.
But I mean, we'll get into that. So before we get too much into it, Mustache Ricky's Monster Manual. Do you have a creature for us tonight? I kind of want to talk. Did you? Is life too busy? Did you not get one?
No, I have
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I have one.
Do we have pictures of it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I can pull up the picture.
Hello. I can hear me.
Hello?
hello.
I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Hello?
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, things got weird there for a second.
Okay, so I can
It's like Austin's bringing the heat. We didn't even realize that. He's powering us.
so yeah, I have one. It's called a Drider.
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 Is there an apostrophe in that name? Is it like D Rider?
Anything to do with the Genesis game Strider?
Oh my
No,
god.
remember that shit?
Coach,
Time out.
It
High
was pretty
five on
good.
that
Of course, I
fucking
know what's
callback.
up.
They had to get old.
It
on
was
this.
sorry.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sorry, when you get old, nostalgia is basically happy flashbacks. So that's all it really is.
All right, so what's a
Tell us about a drider.
Drider?
Drider.
A dry
Drider.
rub.
Dryer.
Dry rub. Jesus, Alan spit on it first.
All right, okay.
So a drider is it's pretty big, so it'd be in the absolute weight division.
Okay. Gi or no gi? Well, I guess we're not going to do it. Absolutely. Well, that's your call.
I mean, it could be either or.
Let's hear the creature first.
Yeah,
and
let's
we'll
hear the
decide after
creature,
that.
we'll
Come on,
decide,
Coach Ricky.
Okay, so it's a spider, right? But instead of
I want to hear this. This is interesting.
it's a spider that has a human torso,
Oh, okay,
arms,
yeah.
right? So it's like
It's like a centaur spider.
think of
Okay. Like,
yeah,
no
yes,
idea.
Like a
centaur
centaur.
spider.
So
Okay,
how many?
cool.
Does it still have 8
8.
bottom legs and then 2 arms?
8 bottom legs, 2
All right,
arms.
two. So,
Fuck, that's
so
difficult, dude.
yeah, that is
Holy
a good one.
shit.
So let me ask
I think
some
we have to go with
questions.
the gi. I think we got to go with
Well,
the gi.
no, the geese won't fit. You can't.
Yeah, you can.
You know, look.
You can't wear pants.
We have an amazing sponsor here, justgipants.com, but
he
they
could
have
make,
yet.
He could make an 8-legged Ant-Man.
It's too much
pants.
fabric. It'll cost
Gi
too much.
pants.
Is he poor?
But
Does he
hey,
have money?
hey,
I mean,
fuck.
if he's sponsored,
but
if he's
still-
sponsored,
look,
he
still
could be
gets,
sponsored.
He still gets free shipping. There's 8 legs, so that's 4 pairs of pants. If you use discount code
He's-
15, you get 15% off 2
Oh,
pairs of
shit.
pants.
He's
So that's
sponsored by
15%
Spider
4
Fight
times.
Gear and shit.
I'm
Hey,
telling you.
so
That's pretty good.
So a couple
okay.
questions. One, we know spiders are poisonous from a bite. Is there any
Yeah,
biting
is this-
capabilities
is
of
the
this
bite
spider?
of this thing
Technically, spiders are not poisonous; they're venomous.
Venomous.
Sorry, venomous.
But also,
Motherfucker.
if,
hey, Ricky,
Motherfucker.
you know, trying to be kind of slick there.
I like that.
also, no, it's not. The only thing that it is sensitive to sunlight.
Can it
Does
shoot
it-
webs at his butt?
Does it have silk
'Cause it
capabilities?
butt web-
No, it can't make webs. It can climb on them.
Are we fighting
good.
during the day?
I think if it was able to make webs, that would because are we going IBJJF rules?
Yeah, and
Well,
and I would say we're fighting indoors, so there's no sunlight.
Yeah, because IBJJF.
Are there
rules, if you
windows?
shit
Because I can
yourself-
break windows.
If you shit or like burn yourself, like you're DQ'd.
Yeah,
right?
because most
so-
academies have at least one like full glass wall where light comes in.
No, we're at Long Beach.
This shit's like
We're at the
fucking I Am
Pyramid.
Legend.
We're
We're
at the
fucking
Pyramid
breaking
Long
shit.
Beach, like at World. So
Okay,
there's
so
like,
we're completely indoors.
there's no windows. It's all fluorescent lighting.
All fluorescent.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is like high level. Like this is World.
Why are we evening things up for the spider monster, dude?
Well, because the thing you got to understand, man, like
I don't know.
it's a fucking spider monster, and I fucking hate spiders. Like I'm cool with bugs, but like I don't like spiders, man.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, hey, you're matched up in the finals against a spider, I'm like, second's fine. That's cool. Like I podium.
So, so are we saying gi or no gi? What are we saying?
I think we're gonna have to go on behalf of our sponsors. Let's say gi, and what belt level is the said spider?
Nah, that
doesn't
doesn't matter.
Well,
We're
no,
just throwing a gi.
no,
on
it
there.
does because with 8 legs, you have 8 options for a leg attack. And,
Okay, so
yeah,
brown
Let's
or
say
black.
brown to black.
brown to black.
Brown to black.
Okay.
So you want to take my take on
yeah,
it?
go for it.
So I would pull guard, but I would jump pull. Right, so I would jump pull to bypass the 8 legs and get my legs around the upper torso because that
interesting.
part is human-like. So I can get my legs around
And
that
that's like
part.
high guard, rubber guard.
Yeah,
almost.
so just high up around the torso, maybe close to the armpit, right? And then I would be working, tying up the arm, controlling the head. That game, feet on the hip, right? Because then you're up high on the torso, controlling the head, controlling the arm. It's hard for his legs to come into play at that point.
Yeah, their legs only bend so
So
far.
I'm looking for triangle armbar combination, maybe omoplata, you know, because all
That's a
the
good
legs
one.
are all under, so he has a torso.
So you basically feel like upper body attacks are
Yeah.
gonna be your go-to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Possibly a flying like a fake guard pull to flying triangle.
But getting there would be hard. Like you're saying.
How tall is he? How tall is he? Because we don't know.
What's you said he's big. So
Yeah, he said
is
it's
he big
absolute,
weight
so he's
or is
gotta
he
be
big
like-
height? Is he like 12
like
foot?
10 feet tall,
Is he like
yeah.
10 foot 12?
Coach Ricky, you need to come with the facts because if we don't have all the information, I can't be asking.
Yeah, and they're
questions.
like spider legs at the bottom, right? We can't ankle lock them. There's no ankle.
These are considered
Knee-bar.
large creatures, which means that they can fill a 10 by 10 square.
Oh wow.
Oh,
What does that
So
mean?
the
What does
entire-
that mean to non-fucking D&D people?
You know what I would do?
10 by 10.
I would
feet.
shoot at him
Okay.
every time and make him run out of the square every time because it would take one step and then eventually he would get DQ'd for running away
So-
from combat.
So I think you have to go for some shit like that, you got to go for the fucking neck, right? I mean, you can't go for an arm. He has fucking 9 legs.
Like fake a shot, jump on the guillotine.
I would
He's got
say,
8.
I would say something like you were saying, Professor Berto. I think I'm gonna jump guard like hardcore, like
Try to
pull
jump
guard because
high,
I'm
yeah.
sure he's thin, right? His body's like
up top.
I'm
he's
assuming
in
on top.
shape. It's all crunches.
You know, I'm sure he's thin on top. So once I get in guard, 2 things: either I'm going for a straight guillotine or I'm going for a triangle, right? So I think you have to go because his arms have to be thin. I'm assuming because if not, he can't really walk, right? So his arms have to be thin. I'm gonna jump guard. Either A, I pull his neck down, triangle, or I come in, I climb, guillotine.
Yeah, like what kind of upper body strength does he have?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't use those arms for much.
His strength has to be in his legs.
Yeah,
I bet they're vanity muscles. I bet he does. Like I would think a Dryden, right? I bet a Dryden never does leg day. Like he always skips leg day.
I think best thing to do actually, like I'm not trying to be punny here, but like
You are.
spider guard. But you got
shit.
you gotta no. You
I'm sure he has fucking nails or
so many
fucking.
legs he can just step
No,
on.
it's
no.
IBJJF rules. He gets nail checked.
No, you spider guard the legs. You spider guard the front legs.
Yeah.
So you like spider the pants.
Yeah, you spider guard the pants, and then look, a leg is gonna come, right? You know a leg is gonna come to try to interfere with you.
If you take
So
one
then-
leg off, he's gonna keep going.
No, he'd submit. No, you broke something. You win.
Yeah, you win at that
So
point.
look, if you know a leg is gonna come, so you got to spider guard, but the legs.
But which set of legs? The front set of legs? The first 8?
With no
Like the
two on one side. So then you
2 on one side.
yeah. So then you know that one is like the leg that's coming is predictable. Because look, if I
He's gonna hit you in the butt with that other leg at the angle that it's coming
look,
from.
if I do it
Maybe
with the
that's what he's
two,
going for.
if I go with the 2 front legs, then he can come with the left or right leg, right? Because I'm kind of in the middle. But like if you look at a spider's legs, it's 4 on one side, 4 on another side. It's not like evenly dispersed. So I
No,
would do
that's pretty even.
Yo, if I see
That's
some
4 on
shit
each
8
side,
by
that's
8,
evenly dispersed.
I'm just gonna get DQ'd.
symmetry.
Fuck
No,
it.
but there's-
Going for the balls.
But there's a gap in the front because
so they're
of
offset, is what you're saying.
yeah.
Slightly
So,
offset.
I would go 2 on one side. You know that third leg is coming
yeah,
in.
I'm lost right now.
You, look, 2 legs.
On
you
the same
spider
lateral
guard
side.
on either the left or the right. So then you know that third leg is gonna come in to defend. Braulio Estima knee bar.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I would do? I
No.
would just keep Berimbolo rolling around the legs until I eventually made it to
You
the
got to
other
keep
side
it
and confuse
simple
them.
and you got to keep it basic. I think he's thin on top, like we were
Yeah.
talking about. You have to go for the neck and choke him out.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
Professor
it.
Allen. You gotta jump.
Yeah,
full.
choke him out.
I'm not gonna fuck with those legs. I'm gonna go bypass them.
So this would
Maybe
be
fake,
this would be
fake
the
a
time
shot,
to yeah.
fake a low shot, then jump high.
So you couldn't really do an ankle pick or anything like takedown.
No
game.
way.
There's no way you
Bro,
can.
He
he's
has
got
base.
7 other
Yeah,
legs
he
to
doesn't
base
like
on.
he is a sprawl. Like
Pretty much.
yeah, he lives as like hashtag sprawl life.
Sprawl
I feel
life.
you. Yeah, no. So I feel like the consensus for the Dryden is to attack the upper body. I mean, I feel like flying triangles, maybe a flying Clark Gracie omoplata.
Maybe the omoplata on the
So
other
that'd be
arm.
good. So yeah, upper body. That's a good one,
But it's so hard to get there.
man. But you know what?
You got
Jiu-jitsu's not easy. Jiu-jitsu's not easy. You could use my attack. You could be like, "Hey, look over," there. And then when he like spin straight to the back, you don't have to worry about the
I
carpal
like what
stuff.
you said, like the Berimbolo drill, where you kind of just keep going around the legs,
No.
but you just go towards the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he's not going to shit webs on you. We already said
True.
once you release yourself, you're DQ'd.
DQ.
Absolutely. No release at IBJJF tournaments. All right. Contain yourself. You okay over there, Berto? Stop releasing.
At least not full release.
Yeah, no full
They
release.
can't if they tell. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, no. So, thank you, children, for tuning in. This is a kid-friendly podcast.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, disclaimer: if you let your kids listen to this, we're calling CPS.
Pretty much.
We have Zach here. I mean, he's got.
We
his
do have Zach.
Yeah,
Zach
no,
here,
he's
correct.
Zach
I,
is
I
correct.
kind of
He
want to
is
include
here.
him. I want to include him, but he was so happy eating his pizza, I didn't want to interrupt it for a while.
I don't know if my mic's.
I don't know if your mic is working.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh,
There we
there
go.
it is.
Ooh.
I like that you're wearing just like the little earbuds. You know, we got all these nice, fancy
Yeah, man.
headsets.
Low
Mine's
profile.
Beats by Dre.
You need to turn yours up just a hair if you can,
Like,
or you can just keep that sexy like man of mystery voice going.
No, Zach, make yourself a K voice.
He should have
Oliver
that
got to be K voice one time.
what can't you
Gay
put the
voice?
head-
Yo,
No,
you should
the-
be Zordon. I mean,
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
bring back Zordon, and every time he speaks, we listen.
That would be
Right?
great. That would be cool if we started a.
There you go.
All right, Rangers. That's good. No, you should.
Game on.
Hey, do Crane.
Avengers.
Oh,
I'm not
I
gonna ruin
can't
anything.
do my Crane voice. That's too high pitched. I feel like I'd blow the mic out.
Oh man.
Hey,
I'll
guys,
practice it. For
Did
next
y'all
time.
hear that Thanos? Oh,
Dude, no, Ricky. We already said if you start talking Game
We're
of
gonna beat
Thrones
the shit
or
out-
fucking in-game you. We
I mean, he said it. We're all gonna start punching, right?
We will straight up disrupt the fucking.
I don't
curve,
believe
bro.
it, but if everyone does it, fuck it.
Seriously, Game of
He be-
Thrones.
I'm into gang mentality, so.
He becomes mayor of Flavortown.
Dude, you know, I heard Snape
Why'd
kill
you
Dumbledore.
fucking spoil it for
God damn it,
everybody?
dude.
Guy
God
Fieri
damn it.
comes out and is
Yeah.
like,
bam, and Thanos
Thanos.
is like,
"You are now the." He comes out with the goatee,
yeah.
bleached goatee.
But did he have
He
flame,
had-
flame shirt? Did
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
shirt like
bowling
look like a
shirt.
50s hot rod?
I hate to spoil it, but he
Yeah, don't.
becomes the mayor of Flavortown.
Well, you know what? I can no. You know
Yeah.
what that is? That's he really likes bowling shirts, and
He's
he
trying to play it off.
Yeah, he gets all the hate mail. He's like, oh no, I'm doing it for you guys, but deep down,
He's not a bowler.
dude. His pajamas are a bowling shirt.
The very first shirts that we ever got for Saloon Door were made by one of my partner's wives. God
Yeah.
bless her. It's terrific. But she got us bowling shirts
Oh,
with
shit. Tell me
epaulets.
do you still
on
have
the-
some?
Yeah, I have one on the shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah, it has the loop on the shoulder, so you can hang like gold ropes or whatever.
That
If
is
you're like,
so
So you can rank
you're like
up.
it's some sort of like a field admiral for a
Hey.
African country or something.
Hey, listen, whenever Saloon Door has their
Yeah.
10-year anniversary, which I know they will,
Yeah.
you and all the owners have to come out in like
Yeah.
golden robes.
Oh, that'd
and
be awesome.
Ropes
Yeah.
around, like
Just around- yeah.
valedictorians and all that shit.
Yeah.
You guys have to have like weird robes that you never wear for no other reason
That's
other
that's
than
not
for
a
the
bad idea.
anniversary.
They have they have Southern Draw all over them. They're branded Southern Draw, and they have like 5 pockets up front.
That's
And
great.
so like
That's
it was
so
it
great.
was one of these things where like it's like somebody gives you this gift and you're touched. Like you're really touched that they like got you a gift and
They
spent
went
their
through a
hard-earned
lot.
money. Yeah, and like they got them designed and embroidered, but at the same time I was like I'm fucking never
I'm not Guy
ever
Fieri.
I'm never going to wear this ever.
when they
and they're
gave-
like they're dark gray with black stitching
Oh,
and you're
wow.
just
Oh,
like
that's
you can bear
great.
it. I shouldn't rag on the shirt. I have it in my closet. It's one of my most cherished belongings ever.
With-
I wear it sometimes, but never
wear
in
it-
public.
You wear it around the house.
I do. I wear it around the house.
Do you wear it when you go bowling?
I've never been bowling.
Ever?
Well, I mean, like when you're a kid and stuff, but never as an adult.
Are you serious?
There's
Dude,
the
I took
bowling alleys
in
are really
college.
smoky.
I took bowling.
Where'd
in
you go? Where'd you go to
college.
college?
Well, for, like when
They
I
taught that at Oxford.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we
Or
do weird
Cambridge.
things.
One
Like
of-
lawn bowling.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
lawn bowls. No, I took some of my undergrad classes at San Jac.
Okay.
Because money, and they
Mhm.
transferred. But
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, you had to take your PE credit, which is fucking ridiculous
Yeah.
for a goddamn college student. So I took
Yep.
bowling. And
It's
Okay.
what got me to jiu-jitsu, so
There you
there you
go.
go.
Don't knock it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Hey.
I'm not. But it
Yeah.
actually what got me out of a free semester because, I mean, I'm pretty white. It's yeah, no, it's not uncommon to say
I
that.
don't-
I've
I
been
don't see
bowling
color.
once or twice.
I don't look at color.
You're
You should.
colorblind?
It's beautiful. Rainbows are
No.
amazing.
I
Rainbows
mean,
are
I can
amazing.
I can perceive color. I just don't see it.
Excellent.
You know.
Excellent.
That's a lawyer response to that. And that is legal advice with Austin Weber. So no, I'm
Always
actually-
talk to the police.
Always talk to the police.
are your
despite
best
your color.
Talk to
right?
them every time.
So no,
I got so much shit for that, man.
That's
We had like
so
5
good.
cops at the gym came up to me and
Oh,
like,
man.
"What'd you say?" I'm like, "Oh, come on, man. My personal opinion and my professional opinion are radically different."
Yeah, like I'll talk to you, but like Austin.
I personally like you very much. I'd welcome you into my home, but you know,
But he didn't tell that to them.
No.
He just like told it to somebody else.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because you don't talk to the police. Of course.
no. A
you
guy
can
came
say
up, he
to
tapped
him.
me on the shoulder. He goes, "Hey, man, I really liked your legal advice," and I was like, "Oh, bro, I thought of you and everything."
And Austin looked at me and said, "Could you tell him that I said that I really liked that I really liked what he said?"
He's
Yeah.
like, "Sir, I like this conversation, but I refuse to answer any questions without representation from
no,
my."
it's
Professor Berto, could you please let him know that I do like his comment about
never.
what he
I never
just-
practiced criminal law,
Hypothetically.
and I don't have a law license anymore. So if you take legal advice from me, you're real
well,
cheap.
I mean, yeah,
Go get your own lawyer. Go
Yeah,
pay
'cause
for
we,
legal
we were
advice.
we were talking about the whole beer for legal advice thing last time.
you're fiscally friendly. It's good. Well, I kind of want another beer.
Get another beer.
I was-
Get a double dot.
I was gonna get
There's-
into
there's
beers
plenty
with Berto, but everybody's got a
in
refill, so
the
we're gonna hold
house.
off on that.
I can just talk about it.
No,
You can
don't
go get
talk
it.
about no, because it's got to be a.
I kind of want to talk about Guy Fieri some more.
God damn it, Ricky.
Jesus Christ! I was wondering why you're adjusting your pants over there. Let's get into it.
I was
Bam,
I
pizza.
was watching him on Hot Ones not too long ago.
Every election, someone makes a post that says Guy Fieri re-elected mayor of Flavortown.
Well,
That's my favorite thing.
because it's amazing. It's one of those memes that'll never die.
It will never die.
Never
No,
die.
yeah, on Hot Ones, the show where they eat like spicy wings and
They have a hot eating contest.
yeah,
Oh, the
it is
name's
the-
right. Hot
It
Ones.
is the-
God damn.
It is the prime,
Flavortown.
the prime hot eating contest.
yeah, he kind of acts like it's not bothering him. It very
He's-
much looks
he's
like
trying to
he's
play it
hiding it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like he's also
Flavortown.
he's also kind of like slightly talking shit about the wings.
Yeah.
But like sweating
Well,
while
I mean,
doing
when you rock bowling shirts with flames on them, you kind of have a little bit of clout to do things like that. So yeah.
True.
Continue.
it. True. Hey, did y'all ever see the meme that someone made of Guy Fieri like as a just regular person?
What do you mean, like what he looks like without all the crazy shit?
Yeah,
would be
it's
amazing.
like someone made a meme of him in like a dress shirt with a clean shave and a comb over.
That would be horrible. That sounds like the worst boss to have.
No, it looks
The most
insane.
enthusiastic office manager.
It looks great. It's like a meme of him like mid smile.
Do that research, Ricky.
I'm doing it
Find
right
it out.
now.
Find it out. Research Ricky and Mustache Ricky's Monster Manual. That's pretty good. Man, I'm digging the stash. I love it. I'm kind of jealous
I
over
think
here.
it's terrific.
Like if
This,
I did, if
this
I
is
didn't
the first time my brother shaved his beard in like 10 years.
I know it was kind. So when I showed up to class, last time I was at class, it was right when he shaved his beard, and I didn't get to see Ricky before I got on the mats, and I got out there and I forgot who it was. It was one of the brown belts, but as we were in line against the wall, it may have been David, but I was like, did you see Coach Ricky's face? Like not his mustache.
His face.
Did you see Coach Ricky's face? I was like, no. He's like, it's pretty cool. You should see
Oh,
it.
dude, when I first saw it, like I was cracking up. Wait, what is this? Is this the
Guys, this is gonna go on the Facebook
Man,
after
which,
this podcast.
Which
This
camera
is
are we at right now?
insane.
I don't know if you can see it. This is absolutely stupid.
This is the best meme. This wins all memes.
That one. Sorry. Yeah.
Can we get a
Okay,
close up?
So that is Guy Fieri memed out as a normal person. And that is probably the most awkward. Like he kind of looks like what's that guy on
Oh my
Modern
God.
Family with a little bit
Dude.
more hair.
It looks like that guy would comment on your lawn.
Yeah, he looks like the type of dude that would like
Send it
show
to
up
me, I'll put
at
it on the-
somebody
Actually, it
else's
looks like a
family's
woman.
barbecue.
Actually, I don't know if I should say this, but it
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is
a
the-
woman.
This is gonna be on the Facebook, guys, so you guys can see the picture. It's
like a woman
regular Guy Fieri.
Who's a
looks like.
guy now?
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because the people that
You know?
haven't listened to this podcast live,
Who hasn't listened to this live?
but I don't know
Fucking
the
cretins.
people who aren't listening to it live right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like new episode is up, and then there's a picture of Guy Fieri.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I feel like Guy Fieri should be the screen capture
Just
for
the
this
screen
one.
for the audio version.
We'll start putting like
Because people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
well, Zach and I'll start talking. We'll see if we can put some like little like captions as to what the episode's about each time we post it up. Like today we discussed
We should just on the Instagram just have random photos of stuff we talk about.
oh my god,
Like you said, just
That'd
a
be
picture
a
of Guy
Dryden,
Fieri.
Guy Fieri,
And
and
then people can go back and it's like an interactive podcast.
that'll be
with
good.
What if the
Instagram
Drider?
integration?
What if the
Drider, sorry.
Drider was Guy Fieri's upper torso?
Bam, flavor
Wearing a
dude.
bumper shirt.
Yeah.
Now
Now we
the
gotta make our
whole
own memes.
game's changed because you can't take the back of someone wearing something that hot.
What's this guy's name?
Guy-
The other one.
Guy Fieri. That's-
No, the his doppelganger.
I think that's just in
Yeah.
Photoshop.
No, but I mean, what's
need-
his name?
Guy.
You know?
Well,
Man Fieri.
So no, because Guy Fieri's already crazy enough. So it would have to be something regular, like
Gus Fires or Gus Flames?
Jeff
no.
Smith, spelled Jeph.
what's
It's short for Jefferson.
what's a very common last name that starts with an F?
Franklin.
Gus Franklin.
Gus
Franklin.
Gus Forsyth.
Francis.
Forsyth.
Damn.
Where's Francis?
Francis.
Damn.
Gus Francis.
Well, speaking of Guy Fieri and his stint on Hot Ones, we are actually trying to get everything planned out. We were actually looking to surprise everybody tonight with the I'll say it, the fucking hot eating contest. Not the spicy food eating contest, but the hot eating contest.
It's a hot eating contest, right?
It is
I
a
mean,
it is a
goddamn.
catchingly bad name.
Yeah, no, it's
It's like you don't like it, but you want to say it.
It's awful. Yeah.
It's a hot eating contest.
It's an earworm because it's so awful. It's like,
But you wanna say it.
Concrete jungles where dreams are made of.
I like it.
And you're like, that's so wrong.
That's
but
absolutely not
also,
how that works.
it's wrong. It's wrong. It's so bad that I just want to say it to myself over and over again. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of.
where dreams are made of. So
Shit, that's awful, man.
You got your
This
mic working
feels
over
like
there?
you're not talking
so.
English.
all right. So we're gonna lay down the ground rules. Producer Zach.
We should have them eat
a
like
couple
pig
of us.
skin, pig's feet, or
Oh
some
no,
shit
we
like
got
that.
this laid out. So
a gross eating contest.
we didn't. We
A
right.
gross hot hot.
No, hot box.
Hot box.
Hot box and what's in the
Like
box?
hog malls.
Hog malls.
Yeah.
So we didn't want Coach Ricky or Professor Brandon getting in on these are the rules for the
While they
hot
smell
eating
mothballs
contest.
on the
Okay.
side.
But because we wanted them to. Be
It goes
kinda-
on a saltine.
Yeah, we kind of
Right, and then they take a bite.
No,
And
no,
then they
no,
got to
no,
smell
no,
mothballs
no.
for like 30 seconds.
So here it is.
No, we have established rules.
Oh, okay,
Alright,
you got
There's-
rules.
There's a unified rule.
Lay it on me.
The unified rules
Okay.
of the Fifth Stripe podcast. Hot
I'm very
Eating
interested in this.
contest brought to you by Tyler Perry.
Producer Zach, please.
Producer Zach, let's do
My
it.
lord.
Okay, so we'll have 4 to 5 different spicy items that they need to eat. All right, and I'm gonna put on the stream a countdown from 30 minutes from the first bite. So, and I'm also gonna have a scoreboard down at the bottom, and so each person will have 4 beverages. They'll have a glass of milk, they'll have a beer, they'll have lukewarm water, and then they'll have hot tea.
How hot
So-
is the tea?
Put some
So-
7 Up so it really hurts it.
This is a pop
So what-
hot toddies.
So what I'm gonna do is for that 30 minutes, I'm gonna watch
Alka-Seltzer.
both of them, and if any of them drink milk, they get plus 20 points. If they drink beer, plus 10 points. If they took a sip of the water, plus 5 points, and if they take a sip of the tea, negative 10 points.
I think it should be -5, dude.
I think 5.
No, we can
Negative
have
five.
Alka-Seltzer.
negative-
Alka-Seltzer,
Okay,
it'll
yeah,
burn
yeah,
them.
okay, negative
It'll
five.
burn
because-
them.
Wait, how much is the milk you said?
Plus 20.
Plus 20. So and it's -10 because then I could take a sip of milk and then just do 2 sips of the hot tea.
No,
and
you
I'm
got to
back
drink the
nothing.
whole thing.
All right, look.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do the
We'll,
five.
do five.
we'll revise the points. But
I think
the thing
I
is,
think 5 for the hot.
I think
tea.
he's right.
Everything's a
It
plus.
shouldn't be
Four
that.
sips of hot tea equals 1 glass of water.
We should have on the
Maybe-
cups
maybe-
lines.
out.
We should have on the cups like measurements because I can take a sip or fake a sip.
We'll do shot
right?
glasses.
Right. if
Because
they
you know
finish
when
it
you're in
out-
trouble,
why
when
would
you're
you-
in trouble, you start cheating.
Why
So
the fuck would you fake a sip?
We'll do
I
shot
thought this
glasses.
was a hot eating contest,
Well,
and
they
now
don't
it
want
sounds
us-
like it's a milk drinking scoreboard.
Well,
thing.
no,
We're gonna
no.
see
So
who
they,
first.
it's a hot
Well,
milk
no, 'cause
eating.
it's a
hot-
drinking,
it's a hot
and
milk
milking.
contest.
as long as they don't drink anything,
Yeah.
then they get no points.
Yeah.
And they win.
Oh,
So the
and
person
oh,
with the
so it's
lowest
a low
points-
score deal.
It's
It's a
golf.
golf.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
golf
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Okay,
Whoever
all right.
scores the
Copy
lowest.
that. Okay.
So
yeah.
that's why you have the negative. You drink a hot.
No, dude.
tea.
Sure,
I think
sure.
it should be 1 point if you drink the hot tea.
Yeah, you let him hit.
it-
He'll do the
The,
point.
the idea,
He'll
We'll get the points.
the
figured
idea
out,
is
but
that drinking hot tea after eating a spicy food is unpleasant.
The idea is there's
Okay.
there's no way to score
I
who
think
I
wins.
Yeah.
It's unpleasant, but the liquid is still somewhat soothing. So
I don't-
think it
but-
should be.
I don't have any
Or
experience with this. I
hot-
wouldn't be able to speak
or
to
hot
it.
coffee,
Shots
hot
fast,
black
Yeah.
coffee.
So
Why
this
are you
morning,
trying to change what he's? I'm just
Yeah.
asking how much the.
No, this
points-
is
I'm
good.
trying to-
Tea from you.
Alan,
This is good.
Alan is trying to change.
Hey, listen, while we-
Alka-Seltzer and Sprite. What
we
the
can
fuck are
do
you
that.
talking
No,
about?
no, we can keep it how it is.
Mentos
and
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 Coke.
if we can keep 2 heaters on though, fucking.
the whole time sweating.
But here's the only way
who's
that we
eating?
can judge
Who's
who
doing the
wins.
eaters? Who are the eating?
It's Ricky and Professor B.
That's it. Just those two.
Making it
So
quick.
the
Yeah.
only
Oh,
way
you
we
got
can
this, bro.
determine who wins
Yeah.
is if score's
Skin color
score
alone,
system.
you got this, Broham.
Because
I'm telling you.
otherwise,
Yeah, he ain't shit.
unless somebody taps out. If somebody taps out, then they lose.
How hot are we going on Scoville?
We're doing the hot ones.
Yeah.
The last dab.
Oh, you're doing the source? You're doing the pure capsaicin or whatever?
No,
It's
no,
the
let's-
goat.
16 Scoville units?
Let's let that be a surprise.
Yeah,
Let's-
okay.
let's-
Oh,
I have
yeah.
some stuff in stock.
Yeah,
I got some
oh,
stuff.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
So-
man, I like it. I think this is. I like the rule set here, man. How much?
I mean, we gotta admit, I do have some credit on the rules.
You want some credit?
Of
I'll give you
course,
some
I need
credit.
extra credit.
Yeah, there you go. Credit. Good job.
For which
Thank
rule?
you. That's
yeah,
all I wanted.
That's terrific. Yeah.
For which rule?
Zach-
What's next?
Well,
Just Alan's credit.
yeah, Alan had some input on the drinking
hogging
things,
them.
I had to come up with like a point system. So it was a combined effort.
I really like your thought about
I like
the
negative
point system.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the negative
It's
point
the only
system.
way you can say
do
who
like it.
wins or lose.
I still think if we put like space heaters on them while
Yeah,
we do this,
Make them wear cardigans. Make them wear sweaters
Make 'em wear
and beanies.
Sweatsuits.
it's gonna be a Christmas ugly sweater, and then we put the personal fucking.
I love it.
There you go.
Lots
Lots
of
in a tracksuit.
like one of the solar suits.
Underneath,
Well, we know
That's
there's
a
a
sauna suit.
Yeah,
while
sauna
wearing
suits.
sweet
Yeah.
sweat.
there's a 75% chance Professor Bree will be in a check suit just because
True, true. Yeah.
we don't even have
True.
to tell him.
You know what's funny is that anytime Professor we talk about Brandon about, hey, this person should be on, he's like, they should be doing jumping jacks and jumping rope and then punching, and then we can ask him questions. So yeah, let's put the heaters on Professor Brandon.
Let's do it.
Let's get some industrial heaters.
I think personal
Let's
heaters.
put them.
Personal heaters. You know.
Do you think we should do
it'll-
like? I think we should do those little like hand warmer things and
Yeah.
put them in their pants and
So
their
what's-
pants in their pockets.
Here's what I don't
those
want.
like, those like,
Like-
those like,
I don't want you guys coming up with a million ideas and then I have to like
Execute
go to
on all of
Lowe's,
them. Yeah.
get a heater.
This-
I gotta
this
go
is
to
the story of your
store.
life,
But
bro.
By you
You're the
saying,
execute guy.
By you saying going to Lowe's, you're down with it.
Yeah.
Like you're willing
Yeah.
to do it. So
Just
if you do
said I
10
didn't want
burpees,
to.
5 points. Right?
No, man. I
Is that
I
what
can.
happens at Lowe's?
negative 5
Yeah.
points.
I've known you a couple years now, and I know that you're
Shit.
the execute guy. People just dump shit on you, and they're like, "Hey, make it happen, bro." And you're like, "All right, I guess I'll
Makes
make
it happen.
You're a capable individual, man.
Guys, Ricky's raising his hand like a child.
Yeah, so I have something that is a serious.
He's like, I want 2 space heaters.
Look, this is something that seriously might happen, and I don't know if this is against the rules or not, or if there should be a point deduction.
If it's a good
But
idea.
Getting out of your seat.
Yeah, you
Like-
can't move. You can't
well,
move.
No, well, what if you have to pee though?
Yellow card.
No, not having to pee. Getting up out of your seat, like, oh my god, I just ate this thing. I need to take a lap. Like I've done that before. I've had hot food before, to where I've had to get up and kind of walk around,
All right.
the sweat.
So listen, we're not gonna make the rules. That's gonna be Zach, right? But heck, you're right. That's a good idea,
Is
right?
that allowed? Am I allowed to get out of my seat if I'm so uncomfortably hot?
I think
No.
Zach's gonna say you can get out, but Zach, what do you think?
No, you can't get out of your seat. I don't know how much milk
There
you're
you go.
drinking back there. You
No,
got some
no,
stored
I'll
milk.
stay here. I'll stay within
We'll
sight.
within sight.
Oh shit.
You got a
He's
maybe
got
a
he's got-
body double.
He's
that
got
comes
a
in.
bag of milk
Like,
hidden
how
behind
many
the
guys
toilet.
do you know that has that mustache? Everybody.
Well, him and Professor Berto do get confused.
He's
for
got a
each other
can
lot.
of condensed milk in his back
Not
pocket.
anymore.
He's slipping
I'm
sips
just saying
of it.
this: if you shave and have a mustache like him before this competition starts, you're not welcome here.
I don't know, man. My
You
beard,
fuck right
my
off.
beard's getting kind of thick, so I might just go ahead and do that mustache.
Dude, hashtag Game of Thrones.
I think you
summer's
should,
coming.
man. I
It's
think
gonna be
both of y'all
hot.
should have mustaches at the same time. And like one walks in the back door, and then the other one, or like you say, like I'll
This
meet you
already
in.
happened.
You say like I'll meet you in the conference, and then send him in the conference and see if people notice and shit. Just like give him some guff, man. You know, it's fun. It's a fun time.
Yeah, people will be like, man, you either put on some weight or you lost a lot of weight, depending on who they see first.
Hey guys, so I posted out there. What's the hottest hot sauce? Like what do people recommend? I know we have some stuff, but
So I know that people that subscribe to the
Reaper.
I know that Hot Ones does like a monthly subscription that they'll send you like
Yeah, that's where I
5.
got all my stuff.
Nice, hell yeah! Because I've tried the Last Dab, and the Last Dab is pretty fucking good.
Dude, I put
it's
that
hot.
on-
these
No, no.
after the fucking
There's
I can eat
Dude,
some hot stuff.
we have some secrets for the hot eating contest. We have some secret weapons and
So
some.
the Last Dab, I was at Nobi when some dude brought up the Last Dab, and they actually made some wings with it. That shit was fucking delicious. It was super good. It wasn't too hot. It was hot, but it wasn't too hot.
Yeah.
Hey, is there some sort of like I
Prize? You want a prize?
sure, yeah.
Do we get a belt?
Yes.
Can we get a Fifth Stripe podcast
Yeah, yeah,
belt?
I'll
You know,
get
you know what your
you,
you know what your prize
we'll
is
get
going to
you,
be? Some
spice.
wet wipes.
Like on
No
the belt,
shit.
it's just a hot sauce.
I'm gonna give you a full bottle of Pepto Bismol.
I'm gonna give you some baby wipes, so when you shit your fucking guts out and you got a fucking
Yeah, I'm
ring
go-
of fire down there, you
I'm
can
gonna
have something
console
nice to wipe
you.
it.
I'm gonna console you in the AC and carry you like a baby. Once you're done.
We have the walk-in. You can just go in there, curl up, and die.
So
Yeah,
this,
that is
yeah,
true,
if
yeah.
you go
Oh,
if
shit,
you go
they're
into
gonna
the
go in
freezer, you're done. Yeah, that's
Oh,
DQ.
oh yeah, DQ. You go in the freezer,
for sure.
you're done.
Dude, that's running off the mat to escape a submission right there.
Oliver, can I stay the night next Monday night?
Positively, maybe.
in the bouncy house?
I'm not cleaning.
He's gonna want to stay in the freezer.
Dude,
Like,
yeah, I'm not clean. Yeah, you can stay in the bounce house. I'm not cleaning up your
So this
your
morning,
violent diarrhea.
This morning I made this joke about how mothers are gonna want to keep their kids away from Ricky, like just that don't know him, like not on the jiu-jitsu match, but like in CVS, like they would be like suspect of him. And Professor Brandon, is
well,
like,
he's,
"That happened
he's
to
driving
me."
an Astro van, you know.
Professor Brandon goes, that actually happened to me. He was standing in line, and the child was standing behind the mother,
Oh
and he
my
walked
God.
up, and the mother looked back at him, and then looked forward, and then did a double take, and then grabbed the kid and put the kid in front of her.
Man.
Well,
And
so
he's just like, really?
if you guys did not live through the Mohawk mullet mustache era, actually, there's a great meme that says, what was it? It is something to cool. What was it?
To win is to cool.
To win is to cool.
Yeah.
So
That's an actual quote.
that's an actual quote from Professor Brandon, which is attached to a great picture of him in the Mo mullet mustache combo. We got to pull that one up. That one's got to be posted on. Yeah, you got it. Oh,
Research, Ricky.
to win,
Austin's doing your job.
To win is to cool. I love that shit.
Yeah.
To win is to cool.
So-
Professor Brandon has a lot of good quotes that float around.
But honestly, though, that like Mohawk was pretty styling
oh man, like
because it was
It was a Mo
business.
mullet. Let's call it a Mo mullet.
It was a
It was
mullet.
It was
Yeah.
business,
It was a hawklet.
but it was also like rad.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, it was kind of emo-ish. It kind of slunk off to one side, a little depressive. Like.
It did. Yeah. No. It was. I mean, it was looking out.
Impossible to
side.
do a demonstration of a technique without touching your hair.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
true, for
dude.
sure.
Dude,
for sure.
every time before you like,
You gotta do the
he'd
flick.
be like, okay. He'd do the slick back. It was good. No, that was a pretty styling ass fucking haircut.
So-
You should bring that back.
Do we got anything, Oliver? What's next? What do we got?
Man, just chilling right now. I know Austin said that he had a couple things he might want to bring to the table. Do you what's that, Austin? What do you want to talk about today, buddy?
Oh, man. So that's Ricky's phone. It's probably not on there. I didn't take any notes on Ricky's phone.
Oh. that's
Yeah,
all right.
so I have some really stupid things that I was thinking about. But, I've been spending a lot of time with you guys lately, and I've been enjoying our conversation. And so I had some questions that I thought of that I wanted to ask you all to get to know you a little bit better.
Well, ask away.
And
What did
so...
you put in your own box?
What did
Yeah.
you put? Oh.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
That's got to be the last question.
Okay, good.
gotta
Better not
spin
be
it.
the
We gotta-
back box.
we gotta-
I don't want to
Finish
get to
it.
know you guys that well. That's like day 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so show notes. All right. So okay. So I asked this one already, but I got some great responses. A resounding "fuck you, no, you're stupid." Do any of you believe in actual magic, like in real life, real supernatural magic, like real magic?
like David Blaine street magic.
No, man, no, like actual, real supernatural
Like,
magic.
can I
don't know
have
what
an
that means.
example?
Sure, like
mental powers, like ESP.
Like,
yeah,
stuff
okay,
like-
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
So
a
like
rabbit out of a
yeah,
hat?
So like anything supernatural, right? So like a spirit,
Nope.
Okay.
all right, or like a ghost,
Nope.
or like a cryptid, right? Like a magic creature,
Like
like
what-
a
like
unicorn,
what we're talking about,
or like a
like
leprechaun, or like a
chupacabra.
chupacabra,
If I
Right.
saw something
Yeah.
supernatural, maybe I would.
or
but I
like
haven't seen it.
or like a medical miracle that defies scientific explanation.
Like a
Yeah.
two-headed snake.
I think that
Like
takes away from all the men and women that have developed science. And,
Yeah.
It's
and
yeah. I mean, so
medical
that
devices
yeah.
and
So when you like,
beforehand.
I've heard that said before, right? So like I've heard that said like the doctor and the nurse and the anesthesiologist and the lab tech and the lab surgery tech and all these people save this guy's life, and then the guy's like, thanks Jesus, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, that takes away from the doctors and
Yeah,
stuff.
for
I've heard
sure.
that said before.
the people that created
Yeah.
inventions for the devices that they use.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's a whole host of individuals in there.
So let's
Yeah.
see, Mustache Ricky.
What?
What do you think?
Yeah. What?
I do not believe in magic.
Well, your mustache is pretty magical.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That no. Yeah.
Right
I
now,
do
I'm
believe in
believing.
I believe in that magic.
Yeah, I don't believe in magic. Like,
Do you believe in Magic the Gathering?
How about like
Yes, I mean
that is a real thing.
That is a real thing.
Okay,
How about like
has
miracles,
anybody here
miracles?
seen a ghost before?
Oh, okay, I
No,
kind of saw
no.
something. So I'm gonna give you a
I'm gonna
story.
hear
So
this.
quick thing.
So
Okay.
It was
okay,
one of the
Quick
missing
thing, I'm not saying
one of
I
the missing
believe-
girls you kidnapped.
No,
This
they-
pre-kidnapping
like,
or
Hold on.
They didn't
hold
kidnap
on.
him. They
First
just
of all,
ended up missing.
First of all, They weren't kidnapped. They were already dead.
They were missing.
Anyways, so let's do
So
this.
you found a dead body?
Nah, man, I made
They
them.
died
that
of
way.
You
natural
guys want to see a
causes.
dead body?
I didn't find them. I made them. No, so anyway, so I remember this was in Miami. I'm in an old house. It was an old part of Miami. The house must have been 100 years old, and it was a bunch of. I was in high school at the time,
Yeah.
and must have been a bunch of guys and girls,
Uh-huh.
and we're in the living room, and we're thinking, hey, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
Who are you
yeah.
gonna talk to?
Yeah.
All this crap. Yo, no joke. In front of us, there was like a coffee table. We're like on couches.
Yeah.
A big black something like it was a shadow went over it.
Uh-huh.
All I remember is looking up to the person in front of me,
Yeah.
and that person looking at me.
Yeah. Like what
And
was
we were
that?
like, what was that?
What was that? Yeah.
We just got up and we left.
You
Well,
split.
dude,
You
I'm
got
I'm
out
not
of
saying
that.
I believe in it.
There's
Yeah.
a whole thing about shadow figures, man.
Yeah.
There's like a whole like I don't want to say it. I guess kind of.
Yeah.
Like
But this is the
lore-
thing. When I
lore
look
to it.
back, there was a big bitch in the back. She just walked behind us. It was a light,
Yeah.
No, so what I mean is,
Yeah.
I would say
There was a last call behind me.
no. So this is the thing.
He blames it on a big bitch.
That's not a ghost, dude.
Oh shit, man.
Oh shit!
That's like no Game of Thrones.
Oh shit! That came out of nowhere. Anyways, so
That's great, man.
going to your question.
Yeah. Not magic, but I believe in big bitches.
Yeah, I believe it.
I see him. I believe him.
that was a good story. Yeah, that was a great story.
But do I believe in that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
'Cause
Hard to
two
say.
peop-
You're
two
open-minded.
people-
You're open-minded
but-
about it.
yeah.
You're open-minded about
So,
it. Okay.
you
Berto,
know,
you were going to say
it
something.
is what it is.
Yeah, you had something to say.
I totally forgot.
That's all good, man. That's all good.
So I have a story that's like a ghostly encounter, and I still don't believe in magic. I think what I saw
Sleep
that
paralysis.
night was
Wait, you said last night?
no.
Oh, that night. Oh, okay.
That
sorry.
night was like it must have been something different, right? But I was, as a little kid, I was afraid of the dark, like a lot of little kids, and I had the middle room. So what I mean by that is that when you walk into
There were
the
two
house,
rooms on. No, there was a room on each side of you.
there's a room. There's a room in the front of the house. Like as soon as you walk in, it's like door to the right. That's my mom's bedroom.
Left.
Okay.
Left. You walk in, left.
Yeah, the other right. We got you.
So in the
No,
house on El Salvador?
no.
Oh, the house in Sylvan Beach.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So you walk in and it's immediately to the right.
Okay.
All right. So it's like living room, bedroom door, and then walk a little bit further, dining room table. Then my room on the right.
Okay.
And then you walk a little bit further, and there's the kitchen. And then my brother had a door at the end of the
I
kitchen.
didn't have a room.
No room,
I just
just
had
a
a
door.
door.
Yeah.
God
That's
damn,
cool.
where's the ghost?
Hey, Rose.
So,
Like, is he eating pizza on the
Rose
fucking
and
couch?
Jack-
Like,
Rose and
get to
Jack
the
just
story,
had a door.
dude. Come
I
on.
slept on a door. I watched TV
Goddamn.
on a door. You know, my clothes were on a door. Everything was on
Does
a
the
door.
ghost like
That's-
anchovies? Like, come on.
That's a good thing.
So whenever there was no attic. It's a straight box house. Either way, one night I was afraid to go to bed. I always slept with the door open.
Oh, with mom.
And I
Me too. I'm not judging.
my door faced my bed faced the door. And so whenever
It faced northeast.
whenever
2.5.
whenever I was trying to fall asleep, I closed my eyes. You know, I was really trying to just like ignore the dark. And then I opened my eyes and I saw like the outline of a person in my doorway, and they were walking towards me. I still like this is what I saw, right? And I hid under the covers, and then I thought this might have happened in a second, right? I hid under the covers and I thought, nope, this is not good. This is not a good thing to do if this is the situation. And so I got up and I ran. I ran kind of like through the thing
That's sleep paralysis.
into my mom's room. And I was like,
if he
I
wasn't
saw a
paralyzed.
ghost. And my mom was like,
How old were you?
okay, maybe like 6.
So
Because I was thinking if it was teenage, it was fucking puberty, and
like,
you're fucking like.
has anybody ever had like sleep paralysis where they see
Nah, I've had no.
the dark figure in the room and then you experience
Can't move.
the feeling
You
of
can't
that
fucking move. It's like
you're-
crushing.
you realize you're awake, but your body is still in that sleep mode where you're not allowed to move your muscles because otherwise you'd act out your dreams. So like you're stuck
Yeah.
and you're in this crushing. And normally you see a dark figure, I have never seen like a shadowy dark figure
Like,
ever. I would say a figure of color. I'll say I've never seen a figure of color.
Hashtag all figures matter.
All figures matter. And I've never seen a figure of
Even
color.
that big fat
Even
bitch.
the
big fat bitch.
the big bitch figure.
Even the big
Yo, you know she's creeping around. Yeah, I forgot to ask who was the owner of this fucking house before that.
You know what?
The
You know
big
what?
bitch.
Hey, figures have
They
trouble
call,
keeping.
they call her Thelma.
You know what? Spirits may have trouble keeping up their weight or whatever they call them, right? Or keeping down.
They don't run. They just
Yeah, they just-
The way she died was how big she was.
I mean,
Thelma.
ghosts are lazy as fuck. They don't burn any calories, so you know they might get big. Either way,
They don't run.
I've never seen the shadowy figure of color, but I have felt that crushing chest pain,
Yeah.
and like you cannot get up, and it's weird. You have to like kind of like break out of it, and when you break out of it, you're normally in a sweat and like you're breathing hard.
Yeah,
like,
no, it sucks.
I've never seen. A lot of people say they've seen like either a person or like a shadow figure in a. It's always in a corner or in a doorway, right? And but that's all your brain. That's
You
just
know,
your
I
own
think
mind making up
you're
shit.
onto something. A lot of times we already assume. So a lot of times our biggest fear comes to reality, right? So I remember as a child, you know, my parents would go out of town, and I'm with my brother, just like you guys, and we're home alone, and I would look in the backyard. It's dark, and I'm like, oh shit, I see someone. But that's your fear, though. You know, we're thinking about our biggest fear is what we're seeing, right? We're perceiving.
Like big bitches. Like that is your biggest fear. you're like man. You're like I'm here to party. You're like oh shit a big bitch. Fuck.
There was a really long time where like that wasn't my biggest fear at
Oh,
all. That was like a
Big
welcome
bitches?
addition to my evening.
Bro,
Yeah, all respect.
It's called hogging.
that's called last call right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, lights are coming on.
Like someone walks into their backyard and they're like, oh shit, I thought I saw like a bunch of big bitches.
There's gonna be a movie here. It's like you have the Ring and then like Scream and then like
A
big
fucking
bitches.
troop of big
Yeah.
bitches.
Big
you know,
bitches.
like you gotta run.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Well, you can definitely outrun them.
It's Stephen King's next book.
Have you seen the end of Paranormal Activity 4? I know that's really specific.
Oh,
Damn it.
That's goddamn.
It ends with like a zillion
Big
like
bitches?
No, just
No, it really is. It really
Yeah,
is though, kind of.
yeah.
Not big bitches.
yeah, no, it's a
It's like a
zillion.
bouncy house.
They're witches, dude, not
Yeah.
bitches.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a zillion like
Translation
witches.
gets lost.
Yeah.
Liches, you know, lich.
Witches.
So I got
What's another question?
I got more in the box.
All right,
I
what's
got
up?
more. If you guys want to
Yeah,
keep rolling,
I'm
I can
down.
save it for next week.
We're
Okay.
interested in your box.
So this one's really cool. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's really kind of you.
We're just glad you brought it.
Yeah, my man box.
That's right.
So, yeah, the other one so this is a subject that I find to be extremely fascinating, and I always like to talk about it, is the idea that this is like some sort of simulation. The thought being that, you know, we're almost able
the
to create.
Matrix.
Yeah, we're almost able to create a world, right, with feeling and touching and seeing, and where people can go and live their whole lives in VR. And so the idea is that, well, we're able to do that. It's pretty arrogant to think that we're the first ones ever, right? And it's much more likely that someone before us figured out how to do that, and we're just part of that, right? This is kind of the notion behind the simulation. And I really like the idea of the simulation. It kind of fits with my experience that I've had in this life. It helps me to make sense of things, to think of this as like
As
a level.
simulation?
As a level, yeah.
So
Yeah, like this is one level.
So would,
Yeah.
in that sense, would you consider you understanding that you're in a simulation right now equivalent to AI self-realization and discovering that you are in the simulation? Do you think that gives you the power as someone in the simulation to take over type thing? Kind of like the Matrix, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically what we're at.
Yeah, I think that it's well designed. I think we live in a very well-designed simulation.
Look, okay, yeah. Shout
And
out
that-
though, whoever's doing the Matrix. Can you finish
Yeah.
the fucking
But
construction
anyway,
on Houston
I didn't
roads?
want to just talk about my beliefs.
No, but you
I
know what-
was
what's
curious
funny
what
is
you guys
I-
thought about this.
I don't. Man, it's weird. So I don't necessarily think we're living in a simulation.
Yeah.
However, I remember having this thought as a kid, like like being like first grade,
Uh-huh.
like first grade,
This
second
big
grade,
bitch wants
having
some.
this thought. "Hey, what's up with these big bitches? No,
Yeah.
like, my thought was like nobody else can see what I'm seeing
Right.
through my eyes.
Yup.
Right. So
It's yours.
my perspective is 100% mine. I'm like fucking 6. I don't know how kids
Yeah.
are in first grade, 6,
Yeah.
7, something like that.
Yeah.
Right? And so,
Something like that.
And this is something that stayed with me for a while as a kid till I had to talk to my dad. And he was just like, he can see what I am
Yeah.
seeing, period.
My green. What if someone else sees blue, but they call it green, and I
Yeah.
call it
And I call it
blue?
blue.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
so it's like
Cogito ergo sum.
So
I
like
think
your
therefore I am.
perspective, your
Yeah.
perspective is completely unique to anything else that's ever out there. And whenever you die, that recording
Yeah.
dies.
That's
Right.
how it is, though.
So
That's-
it's like
Yeah.
I had that thought as a small child. So I don't necessarily believe we're in a simulation,
Yeah.
but I remember having that realization extremely young.
I didn't.
No one's ever gonna feel the same way you do it. That's like
So I didn't-
when you talk about like your favorite song. You're like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're
But
sitting there
I'm
and
not
you're
talking
like,
about subjectivism. I'm talking about even further than
well, no,
that.
no,
like,
but it's
like
feelings
this,
and like what's attached to it. You know,
and
like
it's gonna be gone once you're gone.
oh yeah,
So-
no, absolutely.
So one thing that I have the same thing, right? I always think about this. Like what I see through my eyes is mine, and what everyone else sees through their eyes is theirs. So I kind of use this in
It's almost like we're brothers.
no, but I use this when it comes to talking to people, so I can have someone understand what I'm saying. I try to think about it how they're looking at it through their eyes, which is kind of difficult. But I'm like, okay, if I say these words, I think this person will understand exactly what I mean, right? Just from trying to switch my perspective, which I know is impossible.
just being a good communicator.
Yeah, I kind of I feel the same way. Like I feel like sometimes I'm able to say things in a way that people will understand.
talk on their level.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean dumbing down
Nope.
or
Might
lifting
be
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Might be sideways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just you're able to say it in a perspective that they understand.
yeah, but
This-
that,
this
that
is
also that also
something
comes
learn
from
as a
you growing
teacher.
up and experiences. So that's like if I'm trying to describe a bird to you and you've never seen a fucking bird.
Yeah, it's
you know,
hard.
if you never experienced that,
Yeah,
no
it's
matter
got wings. What are
how
wings?
yeah, no matter
Yeah, it's got a
how
beak.
I
What's a
describe it,
beak?
you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I mean, like you're
Like Ricky's Monster Manual.
well, yeah, or Ricky's mustache. But no, seriously, what like I agree with what you're saying, but it also I feel like it's not only like your perspectives are based on your
Yep.
experiences, and you can have shared experience. Like let's say me and Austin aren't brothers, we haven't done this, but his dad did the same job my dad did. We traveled, we did the same thing, we experienced the same stuff. We may have the same experiences, but
same
different,
wavelength.
Yeah, but the different
Yeah.
feelings about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So one thing that I think that you're talking about that's a little bit different than what we're talking about is like it's not like emotions, like very objectively, right? It's not like past experiences. Us sitting at this table right now, my point of view is different from your point of view.
Yeah, because
And-
I don't have to look at me, thankfully.
But
Yeah,
you
that's
do.
Well, in my point of view, Ricky's already like a pizza guy. He's got his towel that he's patting.
He
down
looks-
down
he looks
with.
He has a
Italian.
bag of flour in his back pocket.
Like,
You're the most
oh, I gotta
Italian
get- I
South
gotta get
American
sweat,
ever,
my
right?
man, my
Or
man.
Central
Hey,
American.
You know,
So
he had baking soda in his fucking trunk.
I
Like,
agree
come
with what
on.
my
That's
brother
not
is
baking
saying.
soda,
It's
bro.
like,
Yeah,
Yo.
he's already got like a 5 o'clock shadow, like right after his shave.
shit.
And it's just of a goatee. Like his natural goatee 5 o'clock shadow.
You know he has to
You look
taste the
amazing.
fucking sauce with his fucking fingers too. Like, fuck. All right.
So actually, when I made my pizza sauce, I made everyone try it before I put it on the pizza.
I haven't tried it. I'm offended. Anyways,
So-
let's change the subject
Look,
because I'm done with this.
I
dude.
don't, I don't,
talking
I don't want
trash about
to.
Dan's.
I don't want to get into secret recipes, but do you put sugar in your pizza sauce?
No.
Okay,
Brown
that's the only thing. I
sugar.
want. No, but sugar and pizza
No,
sauce is
straight
a big
high
thing.
fructose corn syrup,
you
bro,
put-
all the way,
Excellent.
unadulterated, uncut.
Excellent.
No, fuck that shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Raw
We don't put
as
it. We don't put any
fuck.
of that shit.
You
in
gotta
there.
be spicy.
Pure
Yeah.
cane tomato
Yeah,
sauce.
yeah.
Do you
Austin,
put garlic,
isn't simulation
cat
theory-
nails, mandrake root? What the fuck do you put in there?
Mandrake root.
100% mandrake root.
That's
Yo,
good.
you know you're putting sulfur acid,
They're
like
not even
ash.
tomatoes.
Like
It's
what the
just all
fuck?
mandrake root. It's all mandrake root.
That's why
Who
it
the
has
fuck
that
is
woody
Drake?
taste.
I don't know.
Is that dude that got shot in Degrassi, right?
I got a question for Austin.
Come
so
on.
Isn't simulation theory in direct contrast with your religious beliefs?
No.
How is that?
It's part of the simulation.
Well, so
Unless God created the
yeah.
simulation?
Well, how about this? What if the Bible was a user manual to tell us how to best conduct business while in level 1?
Navigate the simulation.
Yeah, and so I mean, if you want to
That's
talk,
only one Bible, right? So they
But I
released
can say
multiple.
Yeah.
what if the Bible isn't
Well-
what if I can say what if the Bible isn't true,
no, I know.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
what if none of them are true?
I mean, there's a lot
But
of
it's pretty
manuals.
low risk, right? So if
Yeah,
it's not
why-
true,
so
then
they
you
just,
die
like,
and you're
There's
dead.
a lot of
Airdropped
these
a bunch
manuals
of
out there,
manuals
and
to
they
the
all
manual.
claim to be the right manual.
No, I know. So what if
Guy
what
Fieri's
if
cookbook?
what if
is the
they're all
manual to level 2?
It might be.
what if they all lead to different places? if you want to go like a choose your own adventure book, and you go to level
They might be
2
too-
or
they might be a
level
little young
3
for
or
that.
level 4, depending on what
What
you
if you
do in
never-
level 1.
I think people would work harder at life if there were actual power ups. Like,
Dude, there are.
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Jujitsu is one.
I mean,
It takes longer.
Yeah,
when you get
Jujitsu
the-
is one.
When you get blue
Yeah.
block, you unlock like a special armbar.
Or you
Dude.
quit. Or you
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah, or you quit. Or you
You
stop
quit,
going.
right?
Well, it's,
Yeah.
you gotta beat
Each
the boss
stripe-
level, right? You
Yeah.
gotta beat the boss
Each
And I
level.
mean-
stripe unlocks a new technique.
Dude, think about it like this, right? I spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff. All right. So what if, like, this is weird. All right. Everybody don't hold it against me. But, like, what if Jesus did such a good job he got a 1-up? And that's why he came back after he died, bro. Seriously.
What if he-
Seriously.
What? He put
What
it-
if he
he put
played
it in
such
the
a good game and got a
Konami
1-up?
code.
Like a +1.
Like a
life.
+1 life. I mean, that's what the
Oh,
story
may-
says,
So
right?
but then he
Yeah.
got fucking
What if he was
murked.
mad
Then
and
he
he
went to the
came
next
back?
level.
Well, he didn't learn from his past mistakes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just saying.
He
It's,
replayed the same level and died.
it's not.
But
That
the other
would
way
be
of thinking of-
every
it's-
White Walker has a level up.
But the other
That
way
is
of thinking
true.
about what if
Don't
he
you
lost?
Maybe.
spoil it. Don't you spoil
Yeah.
it.
Like an evolution.
no
I'm talking about
spoilers.
like, I'm talking about like a Pokemon evolution.
Right? Do White Walkers also become mayors of Flavor Town?
Last call.
Flavors of-
Last call, everybody. Last call. Yeah.
Do you want one more before you?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Can I bring out my beer yet?
Sure.
Yeah, please do.
He's
Yeah.
got his own beer.
Can
Yeah.
I do beer time?
Oh, actually, yeah, no, I'm fine. You can close me out. We're gonna do beers with Berto here. in a
Beers
little
with
bit.
Berto.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bees with bees.
Thank you.
But hey, about this whole like simulation thing, I don't think about it that much. I've thought about it before, but in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to. Let's say it is a simulation, right? Let's say it's a simulation very much like a game. I'm not going to win the game by realizing it's a simulation, right? That's not the objective, right? Like the objective.
But is the objective to win this simulation?
No. Like, I mean, like winning there is subjective, right? But like to understand that it is something greater than you is not the
Well,
objective.
Why does it
either.
have to be greater? So if you're in a simulation, most likely where you are is worse than where you are when you're in the simulation.
Yeah, maybe so, right?
So people don't put on VR to be homeless. Like, let me do a virtual reality experience of me being homeless.
What if it's like rehabilitation? I thought about this too. I was thinking about it. I was like, what if we all were like really horrible in whatever the big thing is, and so they stick us in here for like a while, and you live a life here, and then you're supposed to like you wake up there and you're like, oh shit,
So
man.
how many billions of people are in?
I don't know, bro. And so, like, have
good
you
ones
seen
are
this?
there?
Have you seen this NPC thing? Have this non-playable character thing, where like certain people are walking around and they're just like, you just talk to them and they're just blank in there, and you're like, this isn't a fucking person. This is a run exe program that like you're like, hey man, what do you think? And they're like, man, you know,
Hello world.
yeah, fuck Hillary Clinton.
Those
fuck
are the
that.
type
And you're
of
like, I wasn't
people-
even talking about that, man. You know, like, it's anyway. It's just something silly and stupid to think about, right?
But I think again, like whether you understand that it's something greater or lesser, or just equal to you, that's whatever, right? Like it's that's not the objective that you have, right? Like and there might not be like a true objective, right? You might not be able to say like, oh well, this is what you are supposed to do in life.
What kind of throwback? Isn't your objective based on your perception?
What?
Wouldn't your objective be based on your perception
That's
of
what
what's
the-
going on?
Yeah,
yeah.
and so that's kind of what I'm saying. Like that, there's not one that fits all. But like you, again, my point is that understanding that there's something else above you, or maybe to Zach's point, lesser than you, is not the end goal. The end goal is to kind of just do good.
So couldn't you
be good.
Play the field. Like
Couldn't you?
Play
Couldn't
the
you?
field.
Yeah.
Couldn't
The
you?
fuck we talking about?
Couldn't you
Max out
equate
your
that?
stats.
Well, couldn't you equate that realization or that theory of that us being in a simulation is also the realization that we're all gonna fucking die no matter what. So
Yeah.
you have an end game.
It's a coping mechanism.
So what are they
Well,
saying,
it is. That's
Oliver?
exactly what it
What's
is.
going on?
Well, so in Avengers Endgame,
Oh,
you
God.
shut your fucking
Thanos
left
becomes
hole up.
mayor.
So
right?
what, Austin,
Yeah.
what are they talking about?
They're still talking about the simulation. They're just all sharing their thoughts,
Yeah.
and whether or not they're consistent or inconsistent with any sort of religious
I
beliefs
have no.
or
Well,
any sort of general, what does that mean about our life? if this is a real thing, what are we supposed to be doing here?
Do I
And
think
it opens
it's-
up a whole can of worms?
Do I
Are you
think
the
it's
mayor of
real?
Flavortown or not?
Do I think it's real? Yes. Do I think it's a simulation? I don't know.
Okay.
I
All right,
can't.
got
I
a
can't
question.
answer that. I
In
can't answer it.
Matrix
Yeah.
But
3,
I,
do you think he should have had powers in the real world? Or was
No.
that a cop-out?
No,
Oh God, that
absolutely
was
not.
so
So look,
cheap.
so
That was-
there's-
that
Yeah,
was
it was
the
so
cop-out.
cheap.
There's
so
two.
cheap.
There's two problems I have with that.
Yeah.
Is what you said, and then also, old boy agent being able to transfer himself into a
Yeah.
human body.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Mr. Anderson.
you're a program, bro.
Yeah.
How are you taking over a human that was never in the Matrix?
What if that
It's like
human was a cyborg?
Well, but and so I thought of it like maybe like somebody emails you a computer virus, and now it takes over your computer.
Yeah.
you know? And so like now your computer is like now they're operating it, even though it's not in their building, it's in your building,
Okay,
but they're
having
running your.
powers and
But if
Well, look,
but if it was
I think
somebody-
it's stupid.
But look,
man.
if it was
Yeah.
somebody that was never attached to the Matrix,
know,
like
man,
somebody
I
that
know.
I may be a little wonky on my details. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
No,
if
he got
old boy-
zapped while he was in the Matrix. Yeah,
That guy was in the
Smith
Matrix?
got him in the Matrix, and then when he woke up, his software had been overwritten with Smith.
Ah.
So-
okay, so it's kind of like a brainwashing thing.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit more plausible.
Open your eyes.
Austin, what?
Yeah.
Any other question? Last question.
No,
Anything
no question.
else?
We're gonna
No,
talk about
I
beer
don't have
now.
any more questions.
We're gonna talk about my beer.
Yeah, that was all my questions.
We're gonna talk about my beer now.
Hey guys, thanks
It's-
for sharing with me.
No, yeah, that was great.
I want to
Austin.
share
Thank you.
more.
Bring it to the table.
Come up with
Yeah.
more
I
questions.
will
like it.
absolutely.
So the beer that I have selected for those beers
Bit-
is the Double Dock, the double IPA that Saloon Door released
Terrific.
during their anniversary weekend, which was an amazing double IPA. Now, I'm happy to be able to give this out on an episode that Professor Brandon is not on, because he would cry about the fact that it's an IPA and about how all IPAs taste the same. However, when I ask him if all wheats taste the same, he says no. But a style that he doesn't favor, however, whatever. Let's not daily interview. Austin, do you have anything to tell me about this delicious double IPA?
Yeah, it was incredibly expensive to make. We're never gonna make it again.
What's
it was so
what's the
expensive.
ABV on it?
Well, the can says 7.8, but that's because I'm really bad at my job.
Oh, somebody made a mistake?
I did, yeah.
Was
so
this person fired
no,
appropriately?
No, I disciplined myself in the usual fashion. I
So you went
bought
home and beat
myself an
yourself
ice
up?
cream sandwich.
Oh.
So
You beat
Yeah.
yourself? I don't know if
No.
that's a reward
so
or
the
a
so the
punishment.
it's both. It's both. So the
have a safe word?
the double dock was original. The label was original. You know, we have a graphic designer, and so he made this really cool label for
It's awesome,
the
by the
Dock
way.
Hoppaday, but then so we decided to switch it to the double dock to do a limited release, and I had him change everything except for the ABV. It slipped past me, so the ABV on this bad boy is like 9.8 or something.
Holy
It's a
shit.
monster.
I'll tell you, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
I don't
good.
normally
It's very good.
like
No,
wheat
so,
beers.
so
I
Professor,
like it.
Professor, no, this is not a wheat beer. It's a double IPA.
There you go.
However, hazy IPAs normally have less IBUs, which means they're not as bitter and they're a little smoother.
So what is an IPA? Because I have no idea.
So an
India Pale
IPA,
Ale.
it stands for India Pale Ale, right?
You
So
have one?
the story goes. Now I have no idea how good or accurate the story is. The story goes that whenever they were shipping pale ales to India, because India was a British colony, right? Whenever they were shipping
people.
pale ales to India, the pale ale would go bad, right? The beer would turn. So what they did is they would cram it full of hops, which acted as a preservative, which then gave to a new style called the India Pale Ale, which was just much more hoppy. It has much more.
I like it.
That's really
It's
good.
much more bitter.
Oh, yeah.
However, the haze craze that has hit us here recently here in Texas gives for a much lower IBU, smoother. I would say more like orange juice, citrusy.
Well, it has a
type
little
of
kick
IPA.
to it. I can tell you that.
It's really refreshing, but with a
I
bite.
love it.
It's good.
I was a big fan of the Dog Hoppaday, and I'm a bigger fan of the Double Dog.
Yeah,
so
no, the Doc Hoppaday has always been one of my go-tos.
They got
It's amazing.
4
It's like when
packs.
you're drinking and you're kind of fucked up, and then all of a sudden you're fucked up.
You're real.
Right? That's the type of bite, right?
It's when you're chit chatting and then you keep drinking, then you're social. as
They got
fuck.
4 packs of Saloon Door. Please
Oh, yeah.
come and get some.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're never gonna make it again, ever
Ever.
under any
when
circumstances.
is G-String Diva going to be made?
I don't know. It's a good question.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a really good name for a beer.
Is that an
So-
event or
Yes, It's the release
It
party.
could be anything you
Yeah.
want it to be.
That's the
No.
40-year anniversary.
Oh, you know what?
We're renting a poll
we
for that
do
one.
I do have an announcement to make. I
Oh,
just
go for it, come
remembered.
on.
Okay, so I've been wanting. So ever since we started, I grew up on Galveston Island, listening to DJ Screw and Michael 5000 Watts and what have you. Big fan of the slowed down, chopped up, screwed up music
That
from
H-Town
Houston.
represent.
H-Time, Hold It Down. And so,
South Park Mexican.
man, SPM. Yeah, you know my name.
That guy's in prison.
He's in
right?
jail. Yeah,
like,
for
raping
for
girls.
He was
yeah, she was
diddling.
13.
What, he was diddling, right?
I think he
Was a
did more
diddler?
than diddle.
in
Yeah.
Texas. Is he in?
Yeah.
I'm not a
Huntsville.
diddler.
Huntsville.
Yeah. So
What camera do we have right now?
on June 27th, right, there's this epic freestyle, 45-minute long freestyle called June 27th that they did on some guy's birthday. And it's a really good one. I listen to it every year on June 27th. And so I've been wanting to do on June 27th a Purple Drank Festival. Right, so for St. Patty's Day, every year we have green beer. We don't do any special beer, any new beers, any kind of fancy beer. We just we use food coloring to make our regular beer green, and people come out and buy it by the keg load.
Fucking ingenious.
Is
Yeah.
this something everybody does?
Yeah. They go green
Like
beer.
giving away your secrets.
Yeah,
good
no.
marketing is
Yeah.
good marketing, Burno.
No.
Shut up.
Yeah, and that's the thing is everybody does it, and
No.
yet they're like, man, green beer, we got to get some. So I'm trying to
Well,
start.
you were also telling
Yeah.
people a leprechaun made it. So
yeah, that's true. He is, and so
You actually
RC
throw
is
gold
making-
coins in the fucking beer.
I said, all right. So first of all, we don't have any other like color themed beer holidays, and this is some bullshit,
Oh,
right?
that
We need
sounds
like a
right,
red. We need. So on June 27th, we're gonna dye our beer purple,
Purple.
and we're gonna have the Purple
Fuck.
Drank Festival.
That sounds
It's gonna be bomb.com.
amazing.
We're only gonna play screw music all day.
Getting lean and
I'm
mean.
ordering 10 special Saloon Door gold grills. We're
So
gonna
why would-
we're gonna
why
do
would
them
you have it on
as
Juneteenth?
auctions.
Why wouldn't
Juneteenth.
you have it Juneteenth?
Is
That's too hot to handle.
so look, is there gonna be a
It's too on the nose.
Yeah.
is there gonna be a hazy beer that's gonna be
Cattle
turned purple?
Yes.
Oh,
Purple
fuck.
haze.
I
Oh,
want
Purple
that
haze.
shit
Purple haze.
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
That sounds gonna be good.
Yeah. We're
You can
gonna
get fucked
chopped
up
and
off
screwed.
of Purple Haze.
Yeah. So we're doing Purple Drank Festival Thursday, June 27th. Only at Saloon Door. Wear your gold grills. We're having a gold grill competition, and we're giving away some gold grills.
Dude, you should have a lowrider competition.
I want to have lowriders out front. We're working on it.
Straight up
right?
booty
Can I,
contest.
can,
Fuck
I,
it.
can, I bring, can I bring the rat rod at least?
Yeah, bring it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, hey, I have a glass growler for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's going on tonight.
So
We're actually going to be bringing purple drink.
yeah, we're purple drink.
They're gonna be leaned out.
Yeah. Syrup in my
Saloon
syrup in my
Doors.
Sprite.
Saloon
Yeah.
Doors
Lean
lean
and
and mean
Sprite.
purple drink day.
Lean
Yeah.
and mean.
And anyway, so back to the double dock. We're never gonna make this beer.
Didn't Lil Wayne have like a heart attack from
He did.
drinking
He
too
did. He
much
very
beer?
nearly died.
Yeah.
Disclaimer:
Get back to
do
life.
not abuse.
Yeah.
uh,
Never.
Promethazine with what is it?
It's so
Codeine?
hard to get. Yeah.
Not
That's
abuse
codeine.
pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah. It's really hard to get. So, yeah. Like
Yeah,
my
hear Ricky from the back.
my wife is a wonderful,
Patting down his
amazing
head like,
physician,
he just made 20 pizzas.
and I hit her up all the time. Baby, can I please have some cough syrup? I'm not feeling so hot. And she's like, never. I will lose my medical license. The answer is no. I'm not giving you any cough syrup. And I'm like, man, now I got to go buy it illegally.
Right.
This is too
God
bad.
damn it! You're making me
Yeah.
break the law,
Yeah.
young lady.
So you bought
Yeah.
it from Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Where-
Well, yeah, but a different Little Wayne.
Allegedly?
It's a different Little Wayne. He's just a
It
guy.
was spelled differently.
He claims to have had that name first, but I don't believe
Lil
him.
Wayne with 2 W's.
Yeah, you went to go pick it up. He's like, you're a copyright lawyer. Can you help me out with getting my name?
No, he's
settled?"
like I'm not Lil Wayne. I'm Little Wayne.
Can
Can
better
you imagine
pronounce
meeting
those
somebody
T's.
who
I'm not
is
lazy with
saying
my
that they
English.
had a celebrity's name first? Can
Have
you
you
imagine
heard-
meeting like?
I mean,
like,
I was the mayor of Flavortown first.
Yeah, can you imagine
True.
meeting
That was
someone
me.
who says that? Hey,
I mean, technically-
hey, I'm the mayor of Flavortown.
Technically,
This guy has made money off of my name.
I got the badge on Foursquare, man.
I mean,
It says
technically,
it.
Flavortown is LaPorte, Texas. So
Is it though?
it
Wait
is.
for it.
We don't.
Is it
Hey,
though?
you didn't ask what flavor.
Yeah, that is true.
At American
I
National.
do taste a flavor every time I breathe the air going through Deer Park. At least, just Dina.
At American National, they have a cafeteria on the top floor, and it's very cheap. They haven't changed the prices since like the early '80s. It's awesome. And so I'm waiting in line behind this nice young lady, and she's got an Australian accent, and so I say hello to her.
Say,
Hi.
"Crikey."
And see, you just started working here or whatever. Yeah, I'm
Hello.
Austin. It's nice to meet you. What's your name? Morgan Freeman.
Holy shit!
Was she a big bitch?
No,
No,
dude.
no, wait, wait. Is it Morgan Freeman or Morgan Friedman?
Freeman.
Friedman.
F-R-E-E.
just
Yeah.
no D?
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Morgan
Oh,
Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Hey. Yes. My name is
He's-
Morgan Freeman.
Was she like, my name is Morgan Freeman?
Yes.
Did this?
It's probably just like that.
Does she have a
Classic
lot of-
Australian
she have a
accents.
lot of narrating background.
Dude, I think like the Australian accent is probably my favorite accent.
Actually, can we,
Ever.
Morgan Freeman, if you're out there listening to us, can we get a copy of you impersonating
Yeah,
an Austin accent?
Reach out.
Because we know you're a fan.
Reach out. We're assuming that you follow the page. I mean, we're kind of a big deal right now in Houston. Yeah.
In the local
yeah.
Webster
Yeah,
area.
if you train at our school.
we're kind of a big deal in the back of Saloon Door.
Fuck.
Dude, this is a very interesting turn conversation.
That's a good one.
I like
That's a good one.
Uh,
Morgan. So, what celebrities do you guys think that do not train jiu-jitsu would be good at jiu-jitsu?
I think Samuel L. Jackson would be a hoot on the mats.
You know he's going for the takedown. He's fucking trying to be on
No,
top.
no, you know he's gonna just be saying "motherfucker" just constantly, like unintentionally.
I bet he would.
Motherfucker.
I would bet he would pull guard and be like, "Get in my guard, motherfucker!" Like every fucking time he would just pull guard. He wouldn't go for a takedown.
I think he'd go for
Nah, I
takedown.
think he's
think
too
he'd go for
aggressive to
takedown.
pull guard.
No,
No.
I think
So
he'd go
great.
for
He
takedown,
talks
bro.
too much to pull
Nah,
guard.
I think he'd pull
Terry
guard.
Crews would,
so-
Terry Crews would destroy in jiu-jitsu, I think.
Oh, Terry
Terry
Crews would
Crews.
flex and you would tap.
So
Yeah,
so
but he's
that,
not a true jiu-jitsu artist.
That guy can do like a backflip. I'm
So-
sure he's athletic.
that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm gonna say
Man,
though.
there's some
But,
fat people that can do backflips out
but
there.
that doesn't
Probably
mean they're
good
not
at
athletic.
jiu-jitsu.
But hey, look.
Probably really good at jiu-jitsu.
But hey, look. Whenever my brother asked this question, I think what he had in mind was like
Adam
non-athletic.
Yeah, like
people.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna pick like the ex-NFL athlete that now does movies. Like, give me just
Yeah.
a fucking actor that you think would have like a.
Tom Hanks.
Ooh,
That's a good
Can I
one.
have your reasoning on that, Professor?
Sleepless in Seattle. It's all about choking people.
The Burbs.
The bird. Hey, that is true.
That's a great movie.
Joe versus the
Hey,
volcano.
yeah,
Yeah,
The
let me
Burbs
get a
is
little
great.
drink. Anybody,
The Bur-
someone, just give
yeah.
me a little sign.
The Burbs is
Kinky
it's a great
clinky.
movie.
There you
I'd
go.
say Ed Norton because he seems very
Okay.
kind of like geeky. And
Yeah, Ed
lanky.
Norton.
Wait, hold up.
Depends on the role.
Hold up,
Depends
yeah.
on the role.
American History X. Ed Norton.
That's one of my favorite movies
He's
right
not
there.
really even that jacked.
Yeah,
American History
He looks-
Go
X.
back
He
and
looks
watch
tough.
it.
Yeah.
He just has really good lighting, and he even
he has
Yeah, no,
super
it
nice
is.
lats.
That's
Oh,
one of my
yeah,
favorite
he's bald.
movies right there.
Yeah, lats and delts.
Yo,
man.
that was one of the
Yeah.
movies that first made me like
Traps.
open my eyes, because I'll tell you what.
You're gay.
So look,
You're gay.
growing up in
Tell
Miami.
your wife.
I forgot to take my anti-gay
Tell
pills.
your wife. Yeah, she didn't
Hey.
give you the gay wine this time.
Hey, check it out.
We'll bless you.
So growing up in
The
Miami,
wafer.
so over here you have growing up in Miami, you have such a diverse group, right? You have people from South America, Central America. You have from all over the world, right? And so I lived in that bubble. I never understood, you can say prejudices, racism, whatever. And so living down there, you don't see it as much, right? Because you don't know. And so just watching American History X just made me open my eyes, like, oh shit, this shit's for real, right? Because you just don't know. So that's one of my favorite movies.
It is a good movie. It was one of Edward Norton's best, I think.
I would say Robert De Niro. I bet you Robert De Niro at any
Look at
age.
Mario over here. He's just
This
like
dude,
Robert De Niro.
you got Flavor Flav right
I
here.
can't
Like,
take you
god
serious.
damn.
So
I
look,
can't even take you serious right now.
Coach Ricky, I
hold
agree
on,
with you.
Ricky. Put my hat on.
I
on
think
top
he
of
has
the
a
rack.
do-rag underneath. Oh shit. And we got Nelly here. No, put it backwards. There you go.
Hot shit. You're becoming a character.
Oh my!
of yourself.
Holy
It's a
no,
caricature.
Ricky! Hold on, come
It's a
here.
caricature.
Look at me, dude.
I think Robert De Niro would be the fucking.
No, don't. You take this shit seriously, Ricky. This is fucking real life, bro. This ain't a
Tell us
simulation.
about Robert De Niro.
Okay, no.
Why
so,
Robert De Niro?
So,
Coach Ricky.
look, Robert De Niro seems like a serious enough guy that if he actually started jujitsu, he'd be like,
He'd be
okay,
committed.
yeah, he'd be
Whoa,
committed.
I got a good matchup. So you have Robert De Niro and Al Pacino have the same
knew-
amount
I
of
knew
time
you were gonna
to
say
train.
Al
Let's say
Pacino.
6 months to train.
I'll say De Niro.
I'm rolling here. Get out of the way.
De Niro has the weight advantage.
De Niro against who?
But it's jiu-jitsu.
Pacino.
The weight
Pacino.
doesn't-
Pacino, but you said 6 months. There's both still fucking spaz white
Okay,
belts.
they
I
got
thought
2
they were the
years
same
to
person.
train.
I thought they were the same person. Fuck.
That's racist.
Let's say they're 4th stripe white belt level. Both
I think
Fifth stripe.
I think Al Pacino's
they're 5th stripe white
Fifth stripe
belts.
white belt.
I think Al Pacino's a little too pampered.
So you,
I get that from Heat.
How do you-
because in Heat he
Yeah,
was
I
like
gotta-
a journalist.
I gotta look
How
up
about-
Al
have you,
Pacino.
have you seen Sin of a Woman
Oh, hang on,
where
hang
he
on.
does the Ranger
How about-
chokehold?
How about Ray Liotta versus Joe Pesci? Jiu-jitsu.
Joe Pesci.
Ray Liotta, for real.
Joe
Ray
Pesci.
No.
Ray Liotta.
Hey, Ray Liotta
Ray
has
Liotta.
killed people in real life. You know
Ray
that,
Liotta.
right?
Has he really?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I think that Joe
Man,
Pesci
he
is
has with those eyes.
He's all bark.
in the closet. a little bit.
No, Joe Pesci's all bark.
Oh no, Robert De
What do
Niro
you,
all
what do you
day.
mean? What do you mean he's funny? What kind of funny?
I think
What
he's
kind of
that.
funny?
I think he's that kind of
Who,
funny.
Ray
Like he's a
Liotta?
comedian, like he's a clown.
Little light and a little.
Like he's gay.
He's
He's a little gay in his shoes.
he's a bit bit limp wristed, right?
Hey,
Is that
so
why he was after that little kid in Home Alone?
Yeah.
There you go.
quick thing. So
He wasn't trying to rob the house. His booty was
I mean,
different.
that makes the movie so dark, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just think he's gonna. They call themselves the Wet Bandits.
Yeah, that's I was about to say
That's
that.
true.
Yeah.
We're the wet bandits.
who's your favorite actor as a
Just
villain?
move on. Just go to
As a
different
villain,
routes.
As a
Gene
villain.
Hackman.
I like
Gene
Ray,
Hackman
Ray
is
Liotta
amazing.
is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Gene Hackman is the greatest actor in the history of acting.
Ray Liotta for
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I'm gonna say
Villain.
I'm-
And we're
villain.
not talking about like Hulk or some shit. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Josh Brolin because he becomes the mayor of Flavortown.
He does. After he kills Goku.
This dude, I knew he was gonna come up with some
Steve
shit.
McQueen.
Oh, fucking Ricky starts cooking
You watch The
pizzas. He's
Greatest
like,
Showman?
bam. This is how it is. Flavor Town. What about you? Who do you think's a really good villain?
A really good villain?
Yeah, he
Or
plays
we
good,
just
though.
turn gears real quick.
Oh wait, whoa, hold up.
I thought we were saying villain all along.
Oh, I don't.
I thought we were saying best at jiu-jitsu.
Who's the best at jujitsu?
like celebrity
Slash
celebrity slash villain. I guess
And-
it got to get a
And
little
then,
convoluted.
and
there.
then I'm gonna ask
You're
you who
good
the
at
best villain
jiu-jitsu.
is.
You're a villain.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
true.
pretty much.
Who do you want to see in jujitsu? Celebrity wise.
Celebrity that does train?
No, that doesn't. Like, so what's a celebrity that you think would be like? That's gonna be like, man, I'm gonna jump in and start
I said
training.
Edward Norton.
Man,
Yeah, that's right. You did say Norton.
I
My bad.
I loved when Johnny Depp turned into fucking what's his name in the Crimes of Grindelwald?
Gilbert Grape?
No,
Oh shit, my bad.
That was Leo.
Johnny Depp turned into fucking.
He turned into
blanking.
Gilbert Grape in
Gilbert
Harry
Grape,
Potter.
Yeah, in Harry Potter. Yeah, that's right. You got it.
Actually, I probably want to train against somebody that maybe wrestled. So, like Channing Tatum or...
Magic Mike. Say it right.
Ashton Kutcher. He's a brown belt too.
Yeah, actually, well, he trains.
Hey, actually,
Say
can-
maybe somebody that doesn't train jiu-jitsu.
Can
but
somebody
has experience.
please,
Chris Pratt.
if somebody knows
That'd be
the
pretty
actual rank of Keanu Reeves, because Higgin Machado keeps Higgin
Yeah,
keeps
he's a
posting
red
that
and white
same
by now.
picture. He posts the same. I have not seen any other picture of Keanu Reeves in the gi aside the ones that Higgin took from him like fucking 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, and
Keanu
they're
might
on-
be a black
they're on
belt by
John
now.
Wick
We just
Probably
don't
is.
fucking
so
know.
he's
Probably
got to
is.
be a purple belt at least.
At
He's got to
least.
at least be a purple belt. Like
He's done John Wick 3. He's got to...
at least.
Well, I
Each
saw
new movie
I saw
is a
him
new belt.
I saw him try to do a knee bar on someone, so I'm assuming at least brown.
Did you really?
You thinking?
I
Bro.
don't think he's a brown.
He might
Higgin,
be.
somebody needs to get Higgin new pictures, bro. Like
No,
He's
hey,
probably like a Cora belt by now.
he did the omoplata, but where he like shot the leg through and got the
Like he separated
far-
the shoulder.
He separated the shoulder and then he shot
of
him.
broke
He
it.
shot him in
Hey,
the
guess
back of the
what?
head.
Guess
But
what?
you know,
He
this
didn't do
wasn't
that
on
in
the
real
first
life.
try, right? He did it
This
a
was
bunch
not-
of
yeah,
times.
this was not like a real life.
No, this happened. There was ADCC.
They coordinated it, and he did
Are
it.
are you
This
trying
was
to tell me that
ACC.
John Wick isn't a documentary film? This is bullshit. I
No,
thought
the
for
dog
sure.
actually died, and he did actually defend his death. And they did take his car.
That's horrible. I really like
What
that.
was the
dog.
name of the boogie monster in Russian?
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
They talk about that in Ant-Man and the Wasp too.
Really?
Yeah, they say Baba Yaga. Yeah, because the chick is fading in and out of like this corporal
The ghost
reality.
chick,
yeah, yeah,
And
and
we said no spoilers.
and the
That's
Rus-
not from fucking Endgame, dude.
and the Russian guy goes
I haven't
Baba
seen that
Yaga,
from Wasp.
Baba Yaga, and I was like, I know that from John Wick. That's the
Ant-Man
boogeyman.
and the Wasp.
I
They,
watched-
they
I
say
watched
that
it-
in
I watched it on
Rick
a
and Morty.
plane.
They say that in Rick and Morty on
Baba Yaga?
Pickle Rick. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 'Cause,
Whenever Pickle Rick starts
what's his
fucking
name?
up
What's
all
his
the
name?
people.
No, the
Pickle Rick.
No, the other
Jaguar.
guy. Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Because they're doing a spoof on Die Hard. On
Dude, I
Pickle
love
Rick.
that one battery of Pickle Rick is like a laser strong enough to rip you in fucking half. It's just
The-
one AA battery.
When he kills all the roaches and then makes them into like a exoskeleton.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
that's the
dude,
best.
no.
That's the best
There's
scene.
like a deeper story behind that because
Whenever we're born Austin.
whenever he goes to the big rat, he's like you needed my respect or whatever. You know why I never called you that name? Because whatever.
You're just a regular
yeah,
fucking
because you're
rat.
just a regular rat, and he kills them, and it's like that's such a huge jump. That's a like there's more backstory behind that.
It was, dude. That episode's good, man. There's a lot of episodes of Rick and Morty that are
My
just
favorite
super deep.
episode is whenever I think it was season 2, episode 3, where he tries to kill himself, but he passes out right before the laser hits his head.
Oh yeah.
And I just thought that was
that was like the ending.
Yeah.
That was like the last scene
last scene of that
of
episode.
that episode. Yeah.
And I just thought it was like a thing that a cartoon would never go into, but they did. It was like he tried to kill himself and he failed.
What was the context of that episode? I'm forgetting.
That's when he goes to the planet with his ex-girlfriend, who can control people's minds.
Oh,
the hive mind.
the hive mind. And,
And-
Patton
and she
Oswalt.
leaves him.
Patton Oswalt
Yeah.
plays the other hive mind that's like jealous that she likes Rick.
Yeah, and then he realizes that she's bad, or he's bad
He's
for
bad.
her.
Yeah.
And she
And she
realizes
leaves
it too,
him.
and then he gets depressed. And he tries to kill himself, but he fails because he passes out before.
It was really weird too. Like he pulls out a thing and then makes it alive and then
Yeah,
puts it in another thing.
It's an intense episode, but it's good.
It's good, man. If anybody's ever like missed out on Rick and Morty, you should pick it up.
For sure, yeah.
At least
I'm going to be
make it
100%
past the first
honest with
episode.
you. I've only seen like maybe 5 episodes of Rick and Morty.
And you stopped.
What?
I've only seen like 5 episodes of
You're
Rick
gay.
and Morty. It's
You
not.
only-
It's
you
not
stop.
that I'm gay. It's just there's a lot life has to offer, and I'm not going to shut things out. All right, without trying it. You dumb
Man,
son of a
He's
bitch.
getting all high and mighty on you. Hey,
Interdimensional.
calm down
I'm
off
just-
your high
I'm
horse,
just-
bro.
You just said you watched Matrix.
Nay.
Hey, Matrix is all right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
No.
Interdimensional Cable, one of the best episodes.
I'm with him. I haven't seen it, but I'm not high and mighty about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I've seen a few episodes, and the ones that I've seen have been good. But
One, Personal Space.
I haven't had the chance
2,
to get
Personal
into
Space.
it. But I'll tell you what. Every time I come across someone at a bar, they tell me all about Rick and Morty. So I'm assuming it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. I'm
Totes.
pretty
Totes.
sure you're
And
the one that
totes.
told me about it.
at a bar right now.
Yeah,
Where-
see,
We kind of are.
Way to fit the problem.
You're getting it, Ice.
Stereotype.
see where we're at. So besides Rick and Morty, what else you got going on there, Berto?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a Muay Thai fight on May 18th.
Muay Thai fight, and you brought the beer. You're like, I've done my job. I'm fucking done.
My job is done did.
All right. Man, everybody's
Wasn't
all about-
Alan going to talk about fucking missing
Yeah,
people?
who's the missing person now, man? I was skimming through Netflix the other day trying to find documentaries on missing folks so I
Man.
could like bond with you and stuff.
You know, I got so many in the box. Not that box, but so
I got
you
I
know,
got a couple of
we're
them in my
keeping it
murder
serious.
box.
This is a serious podcast. I'm trying to keep it serious.
Yeah,
so
no, legit.
This is 100%
Look,
a serious
let me do the hand thing
podcast.
so it
hold on,
looks
let me get
legit.
some water. Hold on. Look.
Let's
All right,
do
so
the hand triangle.
so we got one of the creepiest person who
I'm right
a missing
here, bro.
person's case.
Yeah,
is
Ricky's right here, dude.
No, he's not the creepiest now that he
No,
shaved
he's
a bit.
creepy, but he hasn't gone missing yet.
Yeah.
So
That's a promise.
everyone, you know, and whatever, we may have viewers, we may not. I don't give a fuck. But the name is Amy Lynn Bradley. So let me give you this, the rundown. So Amy Lynn Bradley. So she graduated. She graduated from college. She played basketball. This bullshit. So her parents were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you on a cruise to celebrate, you know, your graduation." So it's her mom.
So many people get abducted from cruises.
Yeah.
correct?
So every year people die, they jump off, they disappear, they
Allegedly.
they get raped. No, it's serious. Like so anyways, let me continue. So what happens, she's out drinking, there's pictures of her on the cruise. So one night she's out drinking with a bunch of people of a band, and she's there with her brother. They finish drinking. They all go to the room. Her parents are sleeping. She goes to the balcony with her brother. Her brother's sleeping. She's sleeping next to him.
Is this
He-
like documented?
Outside. Yeah.
Oh,
This is
outside,
real.
okay.
No, outside in the boat.
Dude,
Like-
there's cameras all over cruise ships.
No, I bet. That's what I'm asking.
So the brother, he's like, "Hey, I was kind of messed up, but I remember her laying next to me," and she goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go for a walk, or I'm gonna go for breakfast," because they all meet up for breakfast. So when the family gets up and goes to get breakfast, they can't find her. The boat stops at Curacao, so they docked at Curacao. So they never saw her since. This happened. I don't remember. It probably,
were they docked when she went missing, or they were
yeah,
docking
yeah.
that night?
They were docked that day, that morning, right?
But they had realized that they hadn't seen her prior to docking, right? Like it was
Or no, as
noted
they were
that she
docking.
wasn't like she didn't show up to breakfast before they docked, right?
So they Professor Allen actually told me to look up this story the family was like begging them not to dock the boat because they knew that if they docked the boat, right, the
she'd be
person
gone.
Yeah, the person went missing on the boat in the middle of the ocean. She didn't like
Yeah,
disappear
she was
magically.
missing before docking, right?
Yeah.
So it was like in a weird period, right?
Yeah.
Weird period of time. So they're thinking she's out of the boat. That's what they're thinking. Like if they leave, they know she's not. Technically, she could be gone from the boat, and we don't know.
Yeah.
So they couldn't find her, and every time if you guys gone on a cruise, you know they take pictures of you and shit, right? So there's pictures of her on that fucking cruise. There's video on YouTube showing her dancing with motherfuckers like on the fucking boat. So like 10 years later, somebody sends a picture to the police department in Curacao showing her in a brothel, like dressed up like she's a prostitute.
Yeah.
She has the same tattoos, the same earrings, and it's super creepy knowing that she had survived so many years.
Dude.
But when you go back to go look at that brothel, it was burned down. So the brothel doesn't exist anymore. So that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, but I mean,
You know?
but in that regards, you got to imagine, man, that I mean, if she's there, that brothel's probably a hotbed for like
She's
human
an
trafficking.
arsonist?
So that's like
Yeah.
burning.
I mean, of
you.
course.
She did it. She's like, fuck, they're finding
But
me.
just knowing that you're going on
Burning
a
her
cruise,
tracks.
you're thinking you're gonna have a vacation. We're celebrating my daughter's fucking graduation from
So
from
I have
college.
I have a question for you then, Alan. I mean, this is your topic of
Tell me,
interest,
I'll fucking
obviously.
answer it.
So do you think that maybe she had something to do with it, where she was like, you know what, I'm sick of whatever life I'm living in the States.
No.
We're going to this thing. I get to this point. And she's like, I just want to fucking burn down brothels.
She got
No,
trafficked.
no.
You think she got
I
trafficked?
think
she got.
she was having a good time. She probably met someone. She felt comfortable enough to like hang out with the person.
That
That person used whatever they had.
I'm in love with the
Hypothetically.
go.
You know, and so everyone just search up Amy Lynn Bradley. You
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
so many people.
That's
I was
terrible.
doing a little bit of looking right there as you started getting into it. No, that's pretty crazy, man. It's especially. I mean, cruise ships are fucking large anyway. There's a lot of places to hide things, but they're
Never
also.
again.
Yeah, you can push somebody off and they
Never,
won't even know
ever
it's
again.
you.
Well, and that's the thing. That's I was just reading there for a second. They initially, even when she went missing on the boat before docking in Curacao, they didn't think that she had been thrown over. They don't think that she went overboard. They felt she was still on the boat.
And she was
prior
in
to
shape. She
docking.
was someone that was in shape, that could swim, that could run.
At least
like,
run, maybe
yeah.
put up a fight or something like that. So
like
Let's be honest.
let's
A
be honest.
cruise is a hotel that you can't leave.
It's
No, it
awful.
absolutely is,
It's
man.
like, hey, let's go to Mexico, but let's spend.
You could leave,
7,
but it's not going to
8.
leave the way you want to leave.
We're going to spend
You feel me?
7/8 of the trip inside the
worst
hotel.
hotel ever.
Yeah, it's awful.
You can experience just as much going to Lake Charles.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So
I'm never.
I don't
going on a
like the
cruise
fact
again.
that I've had fun on the cruises I've been on, but they wouldn't be my first choice of like.
But you would have fun
holiday.
doing other shit too.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
creepy. You've been on a
The-
cruise like at 4 a.m. You're trying to walk to your fucking room and you can't walk fucking straight.
Dude,
You see the long fucking hallway and you're thinking somebody can come out and fucking get me.
Dude, it's not even that. It's not even that. The scare, like
It's fucking crazy.
people coming
like
after
Shining.
people coming after me isn't something that scares me because I can
Bad
physically
round.
like having a chance to defend myself. I might not win, but we're both gonna walk away kind of bruised up a little bit, right? But the thing that scares me about cruises is you're in the middle of the fucking ocean and
Yeah.
like you're kind of
Blue
at the
water.
mercy of weather,
Yeah.
dude. Like what if a storm rolls in and then all of it you see
You
I
can't
mean you
see
see these
anything.
cruise ships, sinking, people having to live like 3 or 4 days in the fucking cruise ship. That's
I'm
that's
living.
insane.
I'll take out whoever
Man.
I got to take out. I'm living.
Occasionally,
Like for dinner?
Occasionally, one of these guys will
Whatever I
wash
got to
up,
do.
and he's been in the ocean for like 18 months and made it. You ever seen
Dude,
stories about
I
these
would
guys
rather,
before?
I would rather be put.
I'm pretty
in
sure
any-
Tom Hanks got an
I
award
would
for
rather
that.
be put in any other type of habitat than just in the flat fucking ocean.
Oh, absolutely.
On a
I thought I was saying
tube,
flat Earth.
like on a tube. I mean, technically, yeah, we're on both, right?
Yeah.
So,
This Earth
What
flat.
about that Unbroken?
dude,
You
there's
ever read that book?
like you can you can put me anywhere, like ice cold Arctic, like desert,
No.
fucking super humid jungle. I'd be in any of those
Wait,
before I'm
superhuman jungle?
superhuman and super humid.
Humid. Oh.
Both.
I
Both.
saw Superhuman Jungle open
You're
up for
saying-
Cool in the Gang. It was amazing.
That's
It was
I loved
amazing. So
They played that one song.
Any of
That'll be the
those,
title of the next intro
aside
song.
from being fucking marooned in the ocean. Fuck that shit.
Marooned, yeah.
So
I'll be red in the
I
ocean.
looked this up actually.
maroon.
The longest that anyone has survived stranded out in the ocean is 13 months.
Which I find to be a bullshit comparison, because what if somebody survived 14 months and then died and never told us about it?
Oh
That's
shit!
true.
Oh
Just saying.
shit!
How
We're in the
long
Matrix.
has somebody survived with that mustache?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know.
How long have you survived if you've been with that person with the mustache?
Do you guys? Do
You're
y'all know
dead.
about the
There
law
you
of
go.
the
Missing.
sea?
On a
What-
cruise.
what's
The law of the sea.
Well, you would be the one to
Are
tell
there
us.
any
I know the rules of the road.
Yeah.
I know-
the rules
I
of
know
the road.
bird law.
That's
Like
it.
that.
I
It's
don't
kinda
know the
like
laws
that.
of the
Is
sea.
it-
Ass cast
is
or
it-
grass?
Is it don't talk to the cops? Don't talk
No.
to the sea cops?
So if,
Sea police.
so
sea police.
there was this case about this
You
young
followed
man,
the book?
and so he was in a lifeboat, and he was like a cabin boy or something, and they had been
Cabin man.
been
He came back
That's
as a
problem number
cabin
one
man.
right there.
yeah, and so they killed him and ate him, and his name is Richard Parker, and they killed him and they ate him and they survived, and they all got in a lot of trouble about this.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
spoof movie featuring what was the comedy? Like he
I
was
don't
an
know.
actor. It was called Cabin Boy. I thought it was
Yeah.
a kind
Oh,
of.
Adam Sandler's in Cabin Boy.
No, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
It's Abby.
They ate.
Agabus.
So elaborate a little bit more on
Yeah, so they ate this guy, right? So then they
Chris
got
Elliott,
they
sorry.
got back to land,
that. Uh-huh.
and
Abby Elliott.
they
So how did he die? They
oh,
killed him?
they strangled him. They strangled him and they ate his body.
Why was he just
Yeah.
like super annoying?
He was the weak one.
Yeah, you draw the
Yeah,
short
they-
straw, man.
No,
Sure.
so
He was
that's
just-
it. That's
wasn't it
that's
He was
short
the
straw?
most
so that's
delicious.
the problem,
It was
right?
low man on totem.
Yeah, so they didn't draw straws,
Ooh.
right? They just killed and ate the weak one. So they all went to jail for
Oh.
murder, right? And so in the opinion, the judge wrote the law of the sea. And the law of the sea says if you have 10 people or however many and you have to kill somebody and eat them in order for the rest to survive, this can be legal so long as the process is conducted fairly and impartially. And
Draw
so you
straws.
have to draw straws.
I'll take
And
a
if you
vote.
draw straws, then it's no longer
You can't take
murder.
a vote
It's
because
a
it's,
a homicide by
opinion-based.
necessity.
Okay.
But
The
if you
Fifth
just
Strike
if you,
but I'm gonna
Podcast-
cheat.
Wait,
if you-
wait.
yeah.
There's a thing as homicide by necessity.
Yes.
This
in
is
the
a
law of the
thing?
sea. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the law
In
of the
the-
sea.
in the law of the sea,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But I mean, it doesn't work like in the club or whatever.
Like we
You know.
can't be like Dan's is running late. Let's eat Birdo.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to draw straws.
Yeah.
I'll draw straws, but I'm gonna
girl.
cheat.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
Okay.
damn, he was talking to my girl. I got it. Like,
It's
fuck,
the law of
man.
the sea.
I drew that full straw.
Yeah, I drew his straw. His
You
All
straw.
right,
straw, you straw been drawn.
That's a great. That's like a baller way to say you murdered somebody. It's like I drew that dude's
I drew-
straw.
man,
Hey, you saw that
Grab
guy?
that whistle. I
dude's
drew
got
his
drawn.
straw.
I'm losing confidence in this
see-
mustache Ricky
You
guy.
see that guy drinking that Crown and Coke?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see he's not
I
using a
would
straw?
not eat pizza
Uh-huh.
from that guy.
Go draw that
The
He
straw.
has a really short straw.
Straw's been drawn.
Kill that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, so it's cool. This is your lawyer speaking. So if you
Your
ever
lawyer
find
of the
yourself
sea.
if you ever find yourself stranded in the ocean and you want to murder and eat
Don't
someone,
speak to the sea police.
yeah. So what you do is you kill the weakest one and you eat him. But when the cops ask, after you counsel up, you have your lawyer tell them that
You
you
all
drew
drew
straws,
straws.
and then you're totally cool,
And then
no problem.
And that somehow you
Kill-
found 10 straws
Yeah.
out in the ocean.
The law
Kill
of
the
the
weak
sea.
one and you threaten
Look,
the
you
other
can use-
one.
They're
can
not
use
real
threads, you
straws,
can use,
bro.
like, you
'Cause
know,
yeah, if this
like-
happened in
No,
California,
it has to be an actual straw.
no, because if this happened in California, they ban straws. So how
yeah,
would
but
you
they
even
have
do
paper
that?
straws.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about
All right,
that.
the Fifth Stripe podcast is stranded at sea. Who's the first ones eaten?
Probably Brandon.
Yo, the moment
He's
the
got
boat's
lean
going
Professor
down,
Brandon.
the moment the
Professor.
boat's going down, I'm killing
Oh,
someone.
because he's sinewy.
No, so it's going to be Alan.
No.
Because
It's
we all
like
know
you
he's
just
gonna
hear
put-
the motor
because
you
because
hear
we
the motor putter and he's just
yeah.
like,
So
No,
it's going to be Alan because we all know he gets tired the quickest, and he's already said he's going to kill all of us.
The only,
So we're
the
just
only
gonna kill
reason
him
I
first.
would die first is because you guys know you're going next.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
So
then-
we could actually
So-
kill Alan first
Yeah.
and claim self-defense.
So then
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
gave us
Nah,
the reason.
I'll tell
we
you
didn't
what.
need him to have to draw straws.
I'm gonna be honest
on
with you.
that one.
Yeah.
If we all
and like
ended
maybe
up,
we could get some peace and quiet.
It can't be
Finally.
it can't be
after
me.
this many days.
It can't be me because I'm already planning the kill. So
No, if we-
by the time that happens,
That
I'm
doesn't
already
make any
killing. You know what I
sense.
mean?
if we
That makes
if
no
if
sense.
we ended up abandoned on and stranded on a desert island, my first assumption would be like Alan planned this, so we end up missing.
Oh,
I-
shit.
So fuck that
My theory would
guy.
be that Alan killed the pilot, and that's why we got
Yeah.
stranded.
yeah, I would just blame Alan.
You
because he
go
killed
in
us.
the airplane. You see the pilot. He has a
Fucking
fucking
Alan.
screwdriver in his fucking
A
chest.
screwdriver.
At this point, you know something's up.
Like Alan.
That's gonna be the theme for this podcast. Fucking Alan.
Yeah, I would just kill Alan.
Have any of y'all heard of Tales of the Black Freighter? It's part of like Watchmen.
I'm sorry, the what fader?
It's the story within a story, Watchmen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
the
read
story within the story of Watchmen. It's like a little
what fader?
separate comic book.
Black Vader?
The story of
Freighter of
Freighter.
color.
Okay.
It's called Tales of the Freighter of Color.
Excellent.
Right, and
Just trying to keep
horrible
things PC
title.
on this. Marketing sucks for them.
It deals. It deals with that.
Barely
though.
say it.
I love
it-
the Watchmen though. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I'm
it,
familiar.
it deals with like having to deal with being stranded at sea, and it's really interesting.
It's
I
cold,
just-
man.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys hear they're doing a Watchmen series on HBO? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
that's
so
gonna be fucking
excited.
That sounds
amazing,
good.
and it's gonna be HBO and like
HBO
I thought the
HBO's
movie-
production level is fucking
HBO's
bomb.
killing it.
I
Dude,
thought the
they
movie
are.
was
Barry,
good.
have you seen Barry?
Yeah, the movie is good.
No.
You need to
Zack
watch
Snyder's
Barry.
good.
All right, quick
Dude,
shout out
oh
to
yeah,
this
I
awesome
watched
show, Barry.
2 episodes of Barry.
Yeah, with
Maybe 3.
Bill Hader.
Dude.
You know who Bill Hader is? Stefan from SNL, the one who always like the emo looking guy that
You would
laughs
know.
during
You
the
would
shit.
know him. He's in a ton of movies.
Yeah, you see him. Bill Hader. He was anyway. Yeah, look him up. He's a comedian, but he plays a former Marine that's kind of like lost with himself. So he's been kind of a hitman, and then going through a midlife crisis and decides to become an actor. But he's trying to get out of becoming a hitman. Gets caught up with the Chechen mob, and it's fucking hilarious. It's really
No, you
good.
need to watch this game called Game of Thrones. This last episode was
Motherfucker,
crazy. So the-
motherfucker, you will die.
there are these White Walkers.
We are not getting negative comments.
Did
because of
Daenerys
Game of Thrones.
Targaryen become the mayor of Flavortown?
He already was.
Snape killed the Night King, so
Oh,
it's good.
jeez,
Yeah.
Louise. What was the meme about? How do you make 3 fan bases all mad at once?
Oh,
and it was
dude,
like
it was Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
and it said like
It's use the Force, Harry.
Yeah, I think he was like
And it
this,
said
and it said
Gandalf.
use the Force, Harry Gandalf,
The
and he was doing this.
Yeah,
Like, or
it's amazing.
It was great. It was great.
Patrick Stewart. That's
Yeah,
that guy.
that
That's who
motherfucker.
I would expect to be amazing at jujitsu.
Like,
and,
really
the,
good.
and the mayor of Flavortown.
And
Yeah,
honorary.
His name is John Donner.
He got the key. Well, he got the key to Flavor City. They gave him a key to the city. What are we?
On
what-
Voyager.
What? This is the best thing we got to do on Monday night. Y'all don't have something else.
I mean,
Is there anything in the box?
it's a Monday.
Hey,
fuck
who's
is
got the
happening?
box?
Austin brought
Does
the
anybody-
box this week.
Austin has the whole box.
My box is filled with all kinds of
we
weird
had
shit.
we did have a random submission.
Yeah, come on.
It was pretty simple. If you could pick 3 songs to be on your zombie apocalypse playlist when it's time to get down to business, what would your
Well,
top
so
3
so wait,
songs
wait,
be?
I have a
Y'all wanna
question.
go in
Wait,
rank
no,
order?
no, wait. I want a question about this. Get down to business. Is this man?
This is when like you guys all man up, you synchronize watches. You're like,
And
we're
we're
gonna
about
go
to kill
collect-
some
yeah,
fucking
Yeah,
zombies?
like we have to go from point A to
So
point B. and
real
there's some
quick,
zombies.
disclaimer: Austin's shorts just ran up on him like they were fucking briefs. So if
Jesus
that-
Christ,
so if
bro.
that-
Like he
so if-
stole their wallet.
Yeah,
It's
so
it's almost like your testicles debated on which leg slot to go in, and they both picked one.
It looked like ET came out of his pants.
You've
real
got
quick.
you've got a mammal toe. It's fucking insane.
called his penis.
That is yeah. Damn.
And
That is,
call
that is the
this
outline of perfection over there, my friend. That is great. So yeah, zombie apocalypse. You're like, all right, guys, here we are, Fifth Stride podcast. Alan hasn't made us missing yet. We got to go from this one to that one, and there's a bunch of shit
And
in between.
there's no huts.
You get no huts. We got weapons. 3.
Hey, I'm surviving.
No huts, 3 weapons. You got 3
You got a-
songs. You're like, we
got
got
a
to go from
Pizza
here to
Hut.
there. This is one I hear while I fucking bash brains in.
Wait, you so okay? 3. You want
Oh,
us
you
to,
guys think about
What's your
girlfriends and
zombie
wives. I'm
killing
fucking living.
playlist, basically.
Yeah,
that.
3 songs on your zombie kill list.
on graduation.
Shit. Zombie kill.
Can we just pick one each?
That's
This is
tough,
why you won't
man.
survive, because I've had this answer for like 10
No,
years.
So I'm gonna go with the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
Oh,
Annihilation.
Brandon's favorite techno song.
Yeah, the
Excellent.
best techno song in the world.
Well, his
Yeah.
favorite. His
I'm-
favorite.
It's the world's favorite techno song.
Well, okay.
I like Enter Into a Void by Paul Oakenfold.
That was your. See, you're old. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna
you're,
go-
You're experienced like me. I'm also Paul.
You
Oakenfold
said
fan.
old.
I'm gonna go with
You said
Firestarter.
old first.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's on
Prodigy.
record.
I'm gonna go with Prodigy Firestarter.
That's a good one.
Is that before or after you get
That guy
tired?
just
It doesn't
died.
matter. It's always
Lead
on.
singer
It doesn't fucking matter.
As I'm tired and dying.
What about you, Zach?
Maybe Ted Nugent, Stranglehold.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a great jiu-jitsu song if you think about it.
No, it really is.
Stranglehold.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. Yeah.
What about you, Coach Ricky?
I have no idea.
He's like
I know- I know.
He's like Backstreet Boys.
Dude, Bieber's got a diversified collection.
fucking
It's
tearing
really
up my
good.
heart.
He's
He
like
was-
the Mario
he was
Brothers
too
theme
young
song.
for Backstreet Boys. He's got to be in sync.
Hey,
He's
but-
too young for Backstreet Boys.
So I'm gonna start with London Dungeon by the Misfits, right? And then I'm gonna do
That's a good
Master of
song,
Puppets by Metallica, and then I'm going to finish with How Soon Is Now.
Master of Puppets is good.
Yeah.
How Soon Is Now? Are you
Now by the
serious?
Smiths.
The
That's what I'm going
Smiths,
to finish
that
up with. Because I'm just, at this point, I'm in the zone, and I'm just using 2 ice axes to just pop heads open, dude. It's going to be
So you
bomb.
Screwdriver.
Yeah.
That's what you
ice
want,
axe. You ever
dude.
seen ice
They go
axe?
in and out real
Okay,
quick,
so let me
man.
ask you guys something.
I've really liked Hall & Oates recently.
God damn
First
it,
name
shut
Holland,
You're
last name
killing
Oates.
zombies,
God
dude?
damn it.
I got one. Royal Blood, Little Monsters. Have you heard that song?
I haven't. You
heard
should put a link up on the put a YouTube link up with these songs on the live feed. That way, if anybody wants to hear, it'll be good.
So I'll prompt you guys with something. If you're dealing with a zombie, do you want a 2-handed blade or a
No.
1 blade on each hand?
No, I would run dual blades, but I would carry one at a time.
So what kind of blade? Do we use a sword, axe, dagger?
Machete.
You want
no.
a machete on each hand?
I would-
I think one machete.
No,
I
but
would-
that's what I was asking. Like one on each hand?
No,
or two-
in one hand,
two-handed?
in one hand, one hand, I would want something thin and nimble for like quick, like almost like ice picky, like in and out of the brain. And then the other one, I'd want something a bit heavier,
Like crushing?
to knock them away, and then boom, boom.
I probably want a shield and a fucking machete.
Yeah, no. So
be a good
I was
one, yeah.
thinking I want a shield and a flail.
Because the thing is, you want the
that'd be
machete
cool.
to take
Dude,
people
no,
out.
you don't want a flail because you can't fuck with people inside your range.
Well, you
You
want
get a
a
big flail.
You want a shield to push people off
How
when
you
they're
do
too
something
close,
inside?
right?
They get inside of your range. Yeah, say mace is better because you can use the shield. You
Or a
push
morning
back.
star, perhaps.
No, you need something sharp, right? So I would say a shield, right, to push
I would
people
just
who
bring my wit.
come in too close into your space, right, to push them off so you can get them. So I think you need a shield, some sort of or taping your hand
So
or
do,
some shit,
do you think
and a
do
machete.
you think the best approach would be a strike to a zombie's brain or a stab?
It
in and
I
out?
think
depends.
a clean
I'm
cut
more of an
off
in
the
and out.
head.
You guys are going to want an ice axe or a pickaxe.
It depends.
One in each hand, right? They're light.
That
All you
sounds
need
good.
to do is
Yeah.
brain damage.
Yeah,
right?
because
how
they have
about-
they
so
come to a
blunt-
fine point,
how
so you
about
can go
force?
in and out,
Well,
or you can hit them with the
but-
flat
but-
side.
Yeah,
How
but
about
blunt
two
force
hand
requires a little
sides?
bit more.
But you
Yeah.
need some range, though.
Like
You need
two
some
hand
range.
Yeah,
sides?
sides,
like
yeah.
they used to cut the grass.
Yeah.
but like to fucking just
Same
lop
principle,
heads
right?
off.
Yeah, same principle.
So
So,
you-
the ice axe is more like a penetrating and scrambling and then out.
A
But
side is a smooth cut.
the
through
cool,
neck.
yeah,
scythe?
exactly, a scythe.
Oh, scythe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scythe.
like
So-
a
It's a
reaper.
shit, yeah, it's what the reaper
Yeah.
carries.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at least for me, I think I would need a little bit of range, right? Because once something that is short, you know, you're using a lot of muscle.
Like a pike or something like
Well,
that.
when you have range like a machete, you're using shoulder. You're using, it's like in jiu-jitsu when you use a fucking frame, right?
Yeah.
You're not using strength. You're using
Right.
your frame.
That's true.
Same thing. I can use my shoulder instead of using what is my lats or my fucking.
But what if somebody has better cardio?
Yeah, what if you have endurance?
It's a zombie.
Like,
He doesn't have better cardio.
What if you're actually a professional athlete and you train like one and you have actual endurance?
Well, let's say you're in a zombie apocalypse. There's no training, and you're malnourished.
But
There you
either
go.
You're more nourished than the zombie.
There you go.
The zombie's like deteriorating and falling
Yeah,
apart.
they have
So
no
muscle,
endurance.
no ligaments. You should be able to easily just throw them down and they shatter into bones.
Yeah, the whole. As much as I hope for a zombie apocalypse, the science behind it won't let it happen.
Yeah, it really won't.
There would be no
They'll-
way
they'll
they could
decompose.
stand up.
It'll be over within a month.
A few months, a few months deterioration would kick in, and it would just be.
You'd be surprised how many stupid people run straight to the zombie. No, he's just feeling bad. You know, let's help him out.
Oh no, I'd run at him with a fucking knife, and then like if it ended up not being a zombie
Eventually these
apocalypse,
zombies-
Billy
I
just
would be
has
like-
a fever.
No.
He'll snap out of it.
If it ended up not being a zombie apocalypse, I'd be like, "I'm sorry, officer. I refuse to answer any questions
exactly.
about
Hey,
the
good,
legal
good for you. You're
representation."
learning,
Yeah,
yeah.
if it was Texas, they would all be killed on the front lawn of somebody's
Yeah,
property.
you throw your TV on the lawn.
you throw your TV
yeah.
on the lawn.
Yeah,
That'd be a problem.
or you could just take the zombie like kiddo on a cruise ship and just pitch him over the side and just be like, no
Professor
problem.
Allen
then-
says
nobody
that,
would know.
And then just burn down
headline,
random
zombie,
brothels.
Anything, his wife's dead already.
Oh yeah, we already knew
He's
that.
like, I've got
That was
no-
like
I've got no
episode
attack-
two.
and you guys are dead because you're trying to defend. So I mean, that's it right there. So that says it all.
I'm here to repopulate
All right,
the
you
planet,
go.
man.
There you go. But you won't be alive for that. You know?
Shit, 2 inches at a time. It'll be great.
Guys, imagine if you found yourself like in, let's say, the captain's quarters in a like a big boat full of zombies. What's your way out?
You don't have a way out, bro. You locked that fucking door. You had to.
yourself in the
I
brain.
kill
Yeah.
every single zombie until I own the boat.
Well, that's what I'm
Unless I
saying.
get
That
them to
you have a
start being
finite
my
amount of
crew.
zombies.
I can start using them as my crew. You know, like
That would be pretty sweet.
Oh, you
holding
become a
on.
zombie,
You'd be like Davy
and then you
Jones.
just like politically become the mayor of Flavor
Sound
Town.
that bad.
He
You'd
starts
be like
talking zombie.
You'd be like the Ice King of the sea king.
Yeah, I'd be in.
He'd be Sea King.
I'd be in Pirates of the Caribbean 8 as running my little zombie crew.
Just
Zombie career.
hanging out with J Depp. That'd be good.
We'd definitely steal rum, in the Caribbean.
Yeah, no, I think if I was trapped on a boat with zombies, I mean, at that point, you got to find an amount of enemies. So all you would have to do, and I say all you have to do, but man, 300 approach, kind of bottleneck them.
I think being a
bottleneck
zombie is
with some-
underrated.
That's always the key is the
That is true.
bottleneck. The
Being a
bottleneck
zombie-
is the
bottleneck
key.
it, yeah.
Yeah, one at a time.
Like
Yeah,
being a
ice axe,
zombie,
push.
you only
Ice
have to
axe,
focus
push.
on one thing. It's not that bad.
Yeah, you're just like brains.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
it's a simpler life.
It is. You don't have to worry about paying bills. I mean, it's good. I mean, if kids are going to go to bed regardless.
There's only one thing you want: brains.
Well,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
They still got to pay taxes.
I'd also like some Dan's
Oh,
Pizza and a
shit.
fine card at Third Coast Grappling Championship and some good beer from Saloon Door. That would be good for my. I mean, even if I was a zombie, I feel
man,
like that
boat
would be good.
insurance is like, it's an arm and a leg, bro. It's so expensive.
That's why rich people own boats.
Man,
It depends on how expensive your boat is, I suppose.
I don't have to
Yeah.
insure my kayak.
that's true.
So,
I've been neck deep
Straight
in
up
pricing
canoeing.
insurance for a business all this week and last week. Insurance
What-
is
what
a lot
business-
of money.
what
This
business
one,
is it?
this
Oh,
one
this
you're sitting
one.
in. Yeah, we had to get shout out HEB. Thank you so much for buying our beer. You guys are terrific. We
Absolutely.
love you, HEB.
find
The-
Saloon Door. What
oh
local
my
place
Do
you
you
God.
have
have
to do some loophole stuff there?
No, so
I thought
first of all,
there was some things that you couldn't get into HEB.
right.
Man, speaking of loopholes, Doctor Strange does this thing.
And
Thanks.
then he's the mayor of Flavor Town.
You know,
Yeah.
he summons Guy
Bam.
Fieri.
The time zone.
So you have to have special insurance to do business with HEB because they don't want you to crash your truck into their place and then split, or drop a case of beer on a guy and then split or whatever. So you have to have insurance. So we've been in the process of we've been in the process of trying to acquire this. Well, and they want you to know you're serious. They don't want some fly by night jokers in there. So we got the insurance and we're finally all set. But man, this has been a nightmare process trying to get. Because if you want insurance, you don't just call Mike's Insurance and you're like, hey, Mike, let me get your best insurance. You call 9 insurance companies and you send out bids and you wait for quotes and then you wait for them to get back and then you tell them why their quotes are no good and how the other places are cheaper and they need to change, and you see if you can get them to change a bid. It's like a whole thing. I've never done this before. This is the first time, so I got insurance on my brain. So I'm having weird PTSD when you're talking about boat insurance because I'm like, oh man, how much extra is that going to be? This on top of the workman's comp and all this other stuff.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
horrible fucking process.
No, I mean it's kind of fun if you like negotiating prices, which I mean I do. I'm weird that way, but
Yeah. That's good though.
I like negotiating prices. It's fun.
That's why you do what you do.
Yeah, how low can you get them to go? And then
How
like
low can you go?
it's like a limbo.
How
I
low
didn't know that you
can
can
you go?
negotiate prices in insurance.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No problem, man. You just call in
Everything's
and
negotiable.
yeah. So underwriting comes up with the price, right? The insurance agent doesn't make up the price. Underwriters do, and so they go back to the underwriters and they go, look, we really want this business. You're too expensive. You need to lower the price. And underwriting's like, well, because they're actuaries, and they're thinking about
Those actuary
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
It's like homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
Every year you can fucking change if you want.
how do you know you've met an extroverted actuary? He looks at your shoes while he's talking to you.
So I know one actuary.
Robert, he's super extroverted. He's
Yeah,
a super
he's-
nice guy.
the-
Yeah, he's incredible.
But he also punches me in the face a lot.
And he'll take your back like a fucking spider monkey, man.
Yeah.
So,
he's very
so all
strong.
the other actuaries out there, I will fuck you up as long as your name's not Robert
my
Sanchez.
actuary. My
Sorry, I had
actuary
to give you
is
some
pretty
echo
good. That was beautiful.
on that call out.
I like that.
call
Do it
out.
again. Go.
I will fuck you up, all other actuaries, except if you actually train, which I would need to know your credentials beforehand.
Asterisk. All right.
Asterisks.
Hey guys, while we're actually here, latest announcement on Facebook from one of our sponsors, Third Coast Grappling. They just did a big release of some of the matchups that we have coming to the June 21st card at Warehouse Live.
What?
I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read some down the list here because it's a long list of some fucking fire. But we have Craig Jones versus Mateus Denez. Man, that is gonna be a fucking battle and a half right there.
Sounds real interesting.
We have Gilbert Burns versus one of our local professors here, Marcelo Urapuru.
Urapuru. Urapuru.
That is going to be another amazing match. It's kind of a we'll call it a generational clash,
I like it.
but it's going to be an exciting match for sure. We have Gabriel Arges versus Kit Dale on this lineup, and again, 2 big name grapplers coming in. Michael Perez versus Jackson Souza. Pedro Felipe Marino versus Roberto Jimenez. That's going to be good.
That sounds real
That is
good.
going to be good. Raul Jimenez versus Victor Doria. We have Marvin Castell versus Jordan Hawley. That's going to be a pretty good matchup too.
Man, all
I'm
these
excited.
matchups.
Yeah, it's honestly, we could sit here and talk 5 minutes about each matchup and how awesome they're going to be, but that's really, if just buy your tickets and come see for yourself. It's going to be amazing. We have Manuel Ribamar versus Hunter Newton, another one of our local guys here.
Yeah.
That's going to be
That's going to be real interesting.
that's going to be fun. That's going to be a real fun one. We have one of our personal professors here, Mr. Lucas Valencia, versus Marcio Andre. I'm not even, man, that's a hell of a name. Familia Bangu. Yeah, Marcio Fam. Man, I think it's safer for me to say that. But that's a hell of a last name. I'm impressed. Danny Gutierrez versus William Tackett. William Tackett was on our last card, the qualifiers that we had, and man, it's never fails to disappoint, or never fails to keep a good match going right there. It's going to be a good one. We have Logan Gonzalez and Christos Giatris. Christos is a personality and a half, man.
Stos is a trip.
Stos
man.
is a trip. He's funny. If you get a chance to follow him on Instagram and you get a chance to talk to that guy, man, he's gonna keep you entertained for sure, dude. Yeah.
Intense individual.
And here we've got a high-level matchup between Edwin Najmi versus Gianni Grippo.
Mr. Flying Triangle himself.
Man, I'm excited to see Gianni get back into it here, and it's Edwin's always bringing it.
I'm excited about the Jordan Holy Marvin Castell one.
Yes.
So 10th Planet versus the Dark Side.
Yeah, that's gonna be
It's a tire mark fest.
That's
right
gonna
there.
be. But it's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, I wanna see it.
That
I wanna
kinda
see it,
technical leg lock game is.
I want to
is always
see
interesting to
who are they just both going to go for the legs, or is someone actually going to try to change the game a little bit, right? So that's what I want to see.
that's a
Play
good
a positional strategy.
that's a good thing. You never know. I mean, you have these guys that gain their specialists, and they become specialists at certain things, and a lot of guys when they face them, they come in knowing that they're facing a specialist.
Well,
so
a lot of times
is it
you
best
have-
to attack that or change it
Man,
up?
Two specialists, you immediately within the first 30 seconds, oh shit, I shouldn't fuck with this
Man.
guy in this position, right? So
But if they're really good in that position,
Correct.
they cancel each other out.
correct.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
well,
like, what do you have extra?
do I
maybe?
continue or
That's-
do I try to change it up, right?
Well, that's when having a rounded game comes into play, right? Like
Yeah.
you can be a specialist, and that is great. But if you don't have a well-rounded game, like what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be 2 specialists at leg locks that can't leg lock each other.
So
like,
that's what I
dipping it
want to
out.
see.
Like,
I want to see.
So there has to be some substance. You have to
Yeah,
have some actual jujitsu.
The
So,
10th
if
Planet-
if your game doesn't pan out, you have to have something else to go to. It
Your
can't
your
just be
plan
like,
B and plan C better
yeah,
be
it can't just
available.
be like you just fucking flip the table and like, ah, shit, my leg locks didn't work.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see. I'm thinking these 2 guys are going to cancel themselves out, right? That's what I'm thinking. But they're going to realize really quick within the match. Oh shit! I feel like I can't stop this guy. Let me stand up, right?
You gotta have depth.
But that-
Well,
but
no,
I-
I understand that. What I'm saying is they're going to realize this.
Yeah.
And so either the person who realizes is going to, stand up, or he's going to be stubborn and stay down. And that's where people get hurt. That's where people get tapped. Right?
But I think the good thing about that is with the Third Coast Grappling rule set that you're going to have to make that change. You can't sit there and wait for it to happen. So the way it's set up is if you're a specialist and you're going for a leg and some dude's giving you his arm, you better go for that fucking arm and stop trying to go for the leg. So you're going to, it's going to keep it action-packed. It's going to keep it moving. And it's going to...
I'm all for attacking the legs, but you
Yeah.
can't like.
We're either going to
bypass
find
the
out.
positional strategy.
We're either going to find out who the best specialist is at that game, or who's
Correct.
diversified their game to come above and beyond, which is going to be good.
I want to see some yellow cards.
Yes, we also have Mateus Lutez and Cody Steele coming onto the card. Cody Steele also at our Third Coast Grappling qualifiers. That was he one of these super fights? Was that correct? Brown belt,
Yeah,
correct?
he was a brown belt. super
Brown
hero.
belt super fight, and man, that was exciting. Cody's a good guy.
He's got that wrestling experience.
Wrestling experience for sure. We got Coach Ricky over here practicing his flying.
Practicing his flying pizza
Is that your
skills.
dough hand? Are you a left-handed dough tosser?
Seriously, You're like a caricature of yourself.
Dude, it's amazing. Like if I saw you running
His
through,
podcast persona is Pizza Man Extreme.
yeah, if I saw you running through like a turtle field, like punching bricks with your fucking fist, I'd be like, this dude's going places.
No,
That's good.
He's Luigi.
Let's
Let's just be clear. He's Luigi.
Waluigi.
Waluigi. No.
He's
Because Waluigi's skinnier than regular Luigi, so he's definitely Luigi.
He looks like Mario.
Look, guys. I'm as
He might be a Wario level.
as the resident Fifth Stripe podcast big boy. I'm kind of upset that Ricky's stealing my thunder,
he's going for your title,
and
bro.
FYI, Ricky is actually back at lower Ricky weight right now.
Oh, he's not.
Wait, are you?
Stop saying
Did
that.
you reach it
Stop
back
saying
yet?
that. Shh.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay,
no.
he did.
Yeah,
You
he's
can't
back.
see all those thin.
He's back at his
those
low
chins.
185 weight class.
You can't see all those chins.
And
now
look,
that he, shaved
So
his
whenever
beard?
the reason Coach Ricky didn't want to shave his beard is because he has 5 chins underneath said beard.
Is that true?
It's the towel.
Like you look at him right now,
Is
you're
that
thinking
true?
you're looking at him right now. You would think he has 3 kids. He's fucking
See-
married, 3
see-
kids,
see-
fucking.
2 condos.
See, you assholes, and
At least 2 condos.
And
At
this
least.
is
He
why-
broke 2 condoms too. That's why he has 3 kids.
And-
like fuck.
this is why I will be sampling the pizza, and you guys will be fucking off.
shit.
So I got you, boy. Hashtag pizza samples. Thank you.
Man.
So what else do we have? We have Wagner Rocha versus Ethan Krellensten. That's also going to be a good
That's the
matchup.
matchup I want to see.
Blake Anthony Carter versus Christian Trin. Christian Trin's actually one of our GB trainers or GB students down here, and that's going to be. If you don't know who Christian Trin is, he is a very, very fierce competitor at his belt level. It's
Very
going to be
intense.
a very tough matchup for
Very
both
competitive.
people. I think. Yeah, it's going to be very good. And then one of my favorite matchups that we have called out on this card that I'm very excited and very honored and very proud to see on this card is a matchup between 2 amazing athletes, Jonathan Dowdle and Ruben Bueno. This, if you're not familiar with these competitors and these jiu-jitsu practitioners, they are both military vets. Jonathan Dowdle is, I guess, paraplegic in the sense he's missing both legs.
He stepped on a landmine.
He stepped on a landmine.
So he stepped on a landmine, lost both of his legs, and amongst other things, fractured his right arm. So
Yeah.
one of the things that people don't know about John is that you can see him and clearly be like, oh, he doesn't have any legs. However, he's sustained many injuries aside from that. One of which was his arm.
mobility.
Radius and ulna had to be fused together.
Mhm.
So
His mobility is lacking in some senses.
yeah, so some of his arm mobility, not in the sense of like the elbow, but like just rotating your palm
Right.
up and down. It's weird to think that like rotating your palm all the way up to face up is a privilege that you have that this man does no longer have.
Yeah.
Right?
But despite this,
He can't do the low 5 anymore. He has to side 5 or high 5.
He's a
bro.
high fiver.
He can't do low 5 anymore.
Jonathan Dowdle, he's actually a Grace Baja, Texas student, and we've all here had the honor and the pleasure of rolling with him. And
Beat my ass.
I will be the first to say he is one of the toughest rolls. He is one of the nicest guys.
Have you
will
ever had
ever
him in
come
half
across.
guard?
I absolutely have never had him in half
Yeah,
guard.
'cause it doesn't
It
exist.
doesn't. He passes.
He makes you think it exists.
It does.
And then he's getting sight control.
Shout out to our
Bam!
boy Jonathan, man. This guy is amazing. It's an honor to have him come into our school and,
Yeah,
and bless our mats. For
Can I
sure.
say this just as a public service announcement? If you ever train with a person that's disably
Not intact.
not intact and they train jiu-jitsu and they have been training jiu-jitsu for a while, like
You're
just train,
fucked.
train normal because they're more used to training with that body than you are.
Absolutely.
So you're probably going to get fucked up unless you're like a good higher rank above them.
Absolutely.
Which they might still catch you in
They
some
will
tricky
catch you.
shit.
I
So-
know Jonathan will catch you. Jonathan has caught me many times in things that I would not expect.
I see people holding on to his leg in half guard, and I'm like, that's not a real
Yeah,
half guard.
that's- yeah, you're done.
He's
passed.
He's
He's done.
letting you think you have half
Yeah.
guard, and he's disappearing.
Absolutely. And in that regards, we also have the guy he'll be facing that night, Ruben Bueno. He, again,
Another para-athlete.
another para-athlete. He competed at our qualifying event as well. Did a great job. If I remember correct, he was on the qualifying event, correct?
He went up against William Tackett.
That's right. He was William Tackett in the first round. No, and this, I mean,
He gave him some trouble.
this guy has that. Yeah, that was a very amazing match that I think surprised quite a few people. You know, Tackett came in with a big name behind him. You know, he's had a very successful career here recently, so he came in. You know,
And facing an athlete like this, you're putting all the pressure on yourself.
Absolutely.
Like they're like good for him. to
absolutely.
Take that matchup.
And Ruben came in. He stepped in. I believe it was a reschedule. Stepped in kind of at the last minute to fill some shoes, and boy, did he fill them. It was an amazing matchup. The heart on this guy. And the abilities that he brought to the mat
No,
that night, it's going to translate
I
well.
don't think he was a last minute.
Oh, was
I
he?
just think he didn't tell anybody that he only had one leg.
Really?
Because he didn't want to be treated any different.
And you know what?
That's
He gave William Tackett
That's
a
super
good
cool.
fight, man.
We had no idea.
This is going to be like,
No.
again, we can't stress this enough, guys. If you are
Dude,
into grappling and you're in the
that's
Houston
dope.
area, this event is going to be fire. It doesn't matter where you're at. This is going to be one of the most stacked jiu-jitsu cards on any promotion that we've seen. It's going to be great. But with that being said, that was a good shout out to one of our sponsors again. Big thank you to Saloon Door for hosting us this evening.
Yo.
Always good beer, always a good time. Thank you to Coach Ricky and his flying mustache monster manual and soon to be
and
pizza.
do-rag combo.
I'm just everything about you is
I don't
amazing.
know what's happening with
Don't
Coach
ever
Ricky.
change Coach Ricky. If you do, just come hang out with me, and we're going to preserve you for life. Big shout out to Professor Berto for bringing in some of that double dock. It was
double dock.
It was good, and Saloon Door for providing it. That was
It
amazing
was delicious.
beer.
I look forward to the. I'm thinking of something for next week, and I think it's going to be in the Belgian family range.
Nice. Is it going to be a wheat, perhaps? Maybe a wheat or a wit? We'll see.
I will not say.
Okay. We'll keep our fingers crossed and our palates wet. So it'll be
Ooh,
good.
yeah,
Moistened. It'll
please
be
keep your
dampened.
palate wet.
It'll be good.
And damp.
Shout out to Professor Allen for showing up again tonight and reminding us that we need to be on our toes because we could end up missing any time now.
Yeah, we could end up in his basement any
Yeah.
day.
That's right. Well, he doesn't have a base, Texas.
Sorry, attic.
Yeah,
Attic.
There you go. That's good. Again, shout out to Zach, the man behind the curtain. Always making things pretty, always making things good, and giving the echo when it's needed.
Echo.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to his C. He's gonna get a C.
Well, no, he's gonna get an A.
Well,
Unless he uses violence, because violence may not have been the answer.
you know what? He should have been just exempt from the finals, so he probably should have tried harder throughout the semester.
Yeah, no.
Hey, try harder next time, dude.
I'm
You
just
should be
saying.
able to skip the final, right?
Well,
You've been doing that good.
Is it comprehensive?
We'll have to pull him on that next time. But guys, we are going to have the spicy food eating contest, aka the
just
hot
fucking
eating
hot.
contest.
Hot eating
God
contest.
damn
It is
I hate
scheduled
that
for
name.
next week. So please tune in. This
There are
is
going to
going to
be rules set.
You're going to see some skinny kids sweat like I do, and it's going to be fucking amazing.
With personal heater, with
Wait, no,
space
no.
heaters.
I mean, skinny kid and fat kid.
Well, no,
That's
look.
the big bitch.
Leave-
Yeah, she's
Chunky
coming
kid.
back later.
Leave my Ricky alone.
Chunky Ricky.
No, Ricky. You're beautiful, Ricky.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Beautiful flying Ricky's mustache ride pizza.
Look, your body's a wonderland, okay? Hashtag John Mayer. But again, thank you. Episode 11 of the Fist Drive Podcast. Bring in that sick-ass beat. Let's do this.
Pow, 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 pow.
We done? Go. Where are we at? 2 hours? Right about. Cool.
I can't hear anything.
Hello.
Hello.
Dude, no, it was funny. We back in the day, like when I used to DJ and shit, when someone would forget to bring a mic, we would plug our headphones into the mic and like fucking talk to the headphones.
you can do
Yeah,
that?
you can. Well, yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a diaphragm setup.
Send me advertisements. For
But yeah, we'd be like, oh shit, fuck. We'd be like, who's forfeited? God damn it. So like these ones, these are actually made because they studio out like that.
One or the other?
Well, no, these are DJs. So you're basically put them here because DJs, you know, you'd be able to hear. So you do this and you just boom, 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 boom. So someone would be sitting there and this would be here and this would be here. They're like, all right, guys, let's go. You know. So it was like mic the whole
You can
time.
hear both of them?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Spit on the mic.